Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are out here for episode 29 of the A-listers. 29 episodes in. This is mad. It doesn't feel like 29 episodes. Hamza's on spaces. Okay, no problem. Let me handle this right now. Watch how suddenly he'll be off the space now. There you are. So suddenly you appear on camera as soon as I call you. Because you know what time it is. 29 episodes in, Hamza, and you're still doing the same BS, huh? You think people in the chat won't tell me that you're on a space? You fraud. Anyway, episode 29 of the A-listers, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This is Football if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep letting us know your opinions across the stream. Oh, he's hosting a space as well. Even worse. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, brother. Anyway, speaking of the fraud, 300 people in here. Today we have a 500 likes target. Let's do it. Oh, he's on a space with you as well, Fatur. Now we know anytime he's off camera. Speaking of, let me introduce today's panelists. No, he's not going to be bottom row just because he's on a space. Because that opens up can of worms. Speaking of the fraud, Hamza, you get me? Fraudulent win over Bournemouth. But rules are rules. Rules are rules. You win, your top row. So he's back after being released from the basement with Lewis last week. Man like Hamza is in the building. How are you doing, Akhi?
Hussam, first thing you have to tell everyone here, why are you late? It's not me, definitely. Tell them it's not me.
It wasn't me. It was actually Egal who's late.
Thank you. Tell them I was here on time.
First of all, you weren't here on time. You were 3 minutes late. Grigs was
3
here on
minutes
time.
late. I was
Griggsy
waiting. I was just eating and I was relaxing here.
I actually feel bad for Griggs, by the way.
Everyone who thought that it's definitely Hamza's the reason why. Yeah.
Say wallahi you're not on a space
I
right
wanted
now.
to make sure
Say wallahi you're not on a space.
No, I let them, these guys were just shit stirring. I let Liverpool fans fight.
There you are. At least you admit it. Fair enough. Anyway, big up for joining us, man. Like Hamza. Today, uncomfortable conversations about Chelsea, who broke your heart in Porto, and about Manchester United, who just absolutely suck. Joining us on the channel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was late to a Chelsea cooking. Imagine, this is actually Egal's favorite meal.
He called me. Wallah, he called me. He said, "Hello, are you going to be late?" I said, "Why are you calling me? Could tell me how far you're going to get." And then I said, "Yeah, I'll probably be 2 minutes late, 5 minutes." He goes, "Oh, okay, I'm going to be late too." I'm thinking, so you're calling me because you want everyone to blame me every single time. I said, "Yo, I didn't go Tesco. I left it at home. This guy, you called me because you wanted me to be in the space."
To be fair to me, I was in Reading and I drove back so quick. So
big up.
But did you call me? But did you call me to say how long are you gonna take? Why did you call me to say am I gonna be late? You wanted me to get blamed.
Actually, yeah? Hamza, I called you just to talk about Arsenal, Man City. Let's not lie.
But you said, "Are you gonna be late?" Wallah, you said that to me.
So you want to tell the people what you said about Man City, or are you still gonna play the underdog?
I said we're weak, this season.
Oh, okay.
And
I praised Liverpool.
Yeah. Stay in your lane, bro. Respect.
Okay.
Listen. A big up everybody. Great hate watch weekend. Manchester United lost. Chelsea lost. Liverpool won the cup. It was almost perfect if Man City could have dropped points versus Burnley, but Brentford was it? No, it was Bournemouth. My bad.
It was Bournemouth.
But yeah, long story short, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Let's cook these Chelsea lot. What did Gary Neville call them? The
£1 billion
bottle jobs. Love to hear it.
They take your names, your bottle jobs, and this and that, huh?
It's not our name. When they lose 6 finals in a row at Wembley, it's a record.
Okay, speaking of losing in a row, speaking of being bottle jobs, speaking of being crap, these guys lost to Fulham too at home, guys. Oh my God.
I can't wait as well. I'm eating good today. I'm eating good.
Give it Grigs till the end of the season. He's Ten Hag out again. Hi, Grigs.
First of all, I've always been Ten Hag out. I'm not Staffy. I don't do the gimmicks, the top rate gimmick shit, bro. I don't do that shit. Ten Hag out for a minute now. But nah, happy to be here as always. Make sure you guys like to smash the like button. I showed up today, unlike my team on Saturday. So I'm here. I'm here on time. I'm punctual. Unlike my team who took about 85 minutes to show up on the pitch at Old Trafford on Saturday. But you know what? I'll hold my cooking. You know, it's the first time I bottom run 2024. So you know what? It was a long time. It was coming eventually, and the day was today.
Okay, fair enough. And Val sent me an intro to introduce our last panelist, so might as well.
I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We will lose together. Whereas we fall together. I am a Chelsea fan. I am a Chelsea fan. We will lose together. Whereas we fall together.
I am a Chelsea fan.
I just want to say, you've used my content without permission, so I'm going to get you copyrighted for that. Yeah. Big up Grigs. He said it before I did. My team don't turn up, but I do. And I want to say it's good to be back. It's kind of good to be back, but just not under these circumstances. And big up.
This was Lewis yesterday.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club. Nothing is there. What the hell is there in this football?
Big up to my G Angry Rant Man, the OG. Big up. Words still ring true.
Big up troops as well in the chat. Listen, big up to all of you guys. There's 400 people in here already. We ain't even started yet. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This Is Football if you're not to do so. Our own Vel has a message to you, Lewis. Before I'm so jealous. He meant to punch me.
I just want to say, Velv, you are a piece of shit for that picture, bro. You're a piece of shit. I hope you know that. I hope you fucking know that. Dickhead. But everyone, hit the like button at least. If we're going to go through this cooking, I want everyone to smash that like button right now at the very least. That is hideous. That is absolutely... It's not even a good edit. It's not even a good header. He just slapped my face over some girl. It's not even accurate. I bet the skin tones aren't even the same. They're not even the same. He's got a white hand. You disgrace. It's not even a good edit.
Lord have mercy on my soul. Big up, Val. Val, you're rent-free in so many people's heads as well. Big up to you, Val. Listen, 400 people in the...
I'm going to be doing a little SBC as stress relief through this, by the way, but big up.
Pairs. Slap the likes, guys. Subscribe. And I feel like I should actually start for the first time ever in A-Listers history, because obviously my team won and Lewis's team lost. So it's probably fair that, Hussam starts this Liverpool-Chelsea thing. And first and foremost, I want to say, obviously, congratulations to myself, to all the Liverpool fans in the chat. Obviously, the first winnable trophy of the year we've won. I am not a hypocrite. This is by far the least relevant trophy, but at the same time, the circumstances matter. You get me? So the circumstances matter. We were in a position where, we literally had a real youth project out there. Like, it was like Bradley, it was Bobby Clark, it was McConnell, even Kelleher's a youngster. Simic has just come back from injury. We had Jaden Dance up top. It's just, it just really was the youth project out there. But we still managed to win the game. We still managed to get it over the line. Because at the end of the day, this is something I said to Lewis pre-game. Finals are not to be played. They are to be won. I don't care how you do it. I don't care which style you want to play. I don't care which players want to turn up or don't turn up. Just win it, get the trophy, and get yourself out of there. Simple as, period, point blank. So that's what I'd say. We got the job done. I got to a point probably in the second half where I genuinely thought that we were going to lose. Like, I honestly believed in my heart of hearts. I'm not going to lie. Like, I obviously had a feeling that we might be losing the game. But at the end of the day, Virgil van Dijk, the youngsters, the kids, everyone just proved me wrong, and I'm very happy that they proved me wrong. So it's the first trophy down. I hope this trophy gives us a push and some momentum charge from now till the end of the season, because that's really what it's all about. We need a momentum charge. We need a little bit of a push. So yeah, and I'll leave the Chelsea stuff because me and Lewis have already had, I would say, actually really good debates, to be fair. Over the last 24 hours, I haven't even been like nauseating or anything.
It's actually been all right.
Yeah, we've had good debates or stuff. I'll leave the cookings for the other two.
Yeah,
but
that's
first,
the best I'm gonna get for now. But hey,
yeah, I'll get to Grigs first, because I feel like before we let Hamza do the monologue and Egal cook, let's let the guy who's there with you in the basement talk about your club. And big up Eric, who has my back as well. Waste Man's Hussam was not late. He was not late. He was just waiting for Mo to end. Exactly. And Egal just admitted it on stream. He was late. So hold that. You guys need to stop blaming me for everything. Okay, 29 episodes in. Let's be real. 29 episodes. Hamza has been late to 27 of them. I have been late probably to like 3 of them. Egal's probably been late to like 2 of them. Lewis has probably been late to like 3 of them. Grigs
You
is the
were
only one.
late in one of them 1 hour, and he said I fell asleep.
Okay, that was an honest mistake. Mistakes happen, innit? Mistakes happen, Hamza. Mistakes
That's
happen.
worse
There
than
you
being
are.
late.
Besides today, bro.
There you are. No, but I'm saying probably like what, 2-3 times in 29 episodes? Hamza is the guy late in 27 out of 29, and he wants to act like he's always on time. Grigs, let's ask Grigs. Grigs, you're here always on time. Who's the guy who's always late?
Hamza's the only reason that we're doing the show till 8:30 my time. It's Hamza's
Thank
fault.
you.
I blame him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Why?
you. There you are. See, the truth comes out, Hamza. Truth comes out. Anyway, talk to me, Grigsy, about Chelsea and the Liverpool game in general.
Yeah.
Before we...
It was an entertaining cup final as a semi-neutral. I'm not going to tell it's fully neutral. Obviously, I would prefer Chelsea to win the cup, but unfortunately, things do not happen when they go to Wembley, as the past 5 years have shown. For Liverpool, I think there's 2 people that really you just have to talk about. It's going to be Jurgen Klopp and Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk has gotten a lot of praise over the last 24 hours. Some of it's a little overhyped, I'm not going to lie. The best Liverpool final captain performance since 2005, all that crap. But it was a good performance to score that kind of goal. And he could have had one in the 65th minute if it didn't get ruled out by VAR. He stepped up. That was a real captain's performance. And for Jurgen Klopp, it's a reason why I call him the best man manager in the world and why I've always called him the closest thing in the modern day to Sir Alex Ferguson. There's not many managers that could have had that many youngsters in a final and have them perform like that. I think it shows credibility to Klopp and how he manages. He doesn't he just motivates his players to do the best of their ability. And those kids, they went on that pitch and they didn't look anything. They didn't look out of their comfort zone. And that was most of them, it's their first game ever to be on a Wembley in that kind of stage. And they performed to their best of their abilities. You got to give credit to Klopp. As for Chelsea, it's kind of funny that the club that has had the best academy in the country for the last decade lost the cup final to Liverpool, who haven't really had a good academy, and they just got played off the pitch by those kids in the extra time. Pochettino, I blame him for extra time. I thought he was cowardice, and cowardice does not win you trophies. I think we all know that. But the first 90 minutes, I will blame the players. They had the opportunities to put the nail into the coffin. Conor Gallagher missed a couple sitters. I think Sterling missed one. Obviously, there was like an offside goal that was semi-offside. But I thought the players, they should have put the game away in the 90th minute. The $200 million pivot, they should be embarrassed, especially Enzo Fernandez. I'm not joking. I've never seen less intensity in a footballer in my life. He literally looks like, I'm not going to say the word, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's actually kind of embarrassing. I thought Caicedo was much better in the second half, but in the first half, every single challenge Caicedo tried to make was late. And yeah, it's just an embarrassing for Bowley. I don't know where they're going to go from here. I kind of understand why Lewis is very frustrated with Poch, because the fact that he said that they played for penalties against a group of 15-year-olds is very embarrassing. Because I never knew any other names other than Connor Bradley, because he's obviously been playing the last month or so. Bobby Clark, I'm not going to lie, that sounds like some dude from Tennessee, from the south of the United States. That's what that kid sounds like. If you told me that he was a linebacker in the NFL, I would believe you. McConnell, no idea who that is. Jaden Daniels, no idea who that is. Even the only Liverpool youngster I know didn't even play yesterday, which was Ben Doak. I've heard good things about him. He didn't even play. All the other ones,
He didn't even play.
I don't know who these guys are, bro. They literally just came on the pitch yesterday and they performed. I don't understand with Chelsea how you go for penalties, bro. Let's be real. If Chelsea went to penalties, they probably would have lost. I guarantee you, I would have put money on it that Enzo Fernandez would have missed his pen yesterday if he took one in the penalty shootout. Those guys they look like they're just bottle jobs, and it's weird because like obviously the previous 5 finals, most of those guys weren't there. I think Ben Chilwell was the only one on the pitch that actually played in those previous finals. But you know what? He was the captain, and he was trying to fight 17-year-old. You're 37 trying to fight a 17-year-old. That's your op. A 17-year-old.
He was Chelsea's captain, but low-key, you could argue he was Chelsea's worst performer.
That's another thing with Chelsea. When you look at it, like every club, I think your captain speaks to what kind of club you can be. And when you look at Chelsea's captains this year, you have Reece James, who we've seen for about 5 minutes. And then their vice captain is Ben Chilwell, who we've seen for about 5 minutes this season. And I'm guessing the third captain is Thiago Silva, whose wife is tweeting every day.
It's Conor Gallagher.
Oh, it's Conor Gallagher. You know what? Conor Gallagher, I got to give him credit. He was the only one on that pitch yesterday that left his heart out on there.
Oh,
and it's funny because he's the one, like, we talk about Cobham. He's the one that was from Cobham. And he's the one that left his heart out on the pitch. The other ones, I thought Nicholas Jackson was decent. I thought Malo Gusto was decent. But every single else, first of all, Kostas Tsimikas, that's not the Greek part of him. He went to Liverpool and he learned that stuff. No, we don't do that over there. But anyway, it's just embarrassing, I think, for Chelsea. And
can you recognize the Kostas Tsimikas part, please? You get me?
No, I don't. Like I said, we don't do that in Greece. They learned that he calls himself the Greek Scouser. That's the Scouser part in him. You know, it's not the Greek part. But
you're telling me Karatsayas didn't do that when you guys won the Euros?
No, he took his shirt and he pulled the shirt over the head. That's what he did. We didn't do any of that stuff, bro. That's what we did. But yeah, I just think with Chelsea, I don't know where they go from here. I think Pochettino not even acknowledging Todd Bowley kind of speaks to the relationships with the dynamics within the club right now, and it's time for them to join me in the managerial hunt. Me, you, Hassam, and Lewis are gonna be fighting for a manager this summer, and Chelsea is probably at the bottom of the list because every manager is looking at that club right now like, do I really want to go there right now?
Don't gaslight United fans into a false sense of thinking they're them. Why would the manager choose Man United over Chelsea?
Because we have
Chelsea are stupid but not toxic. Your club is toxic.
No, but we're building a more reliable structure right now. We're bringing in top
based
guys.
On what though? Based on what? On a real, I'm not even trying to cook or anything.
Okay.
Like based on what?
Dan Ashworth, new director of football.
Yeah, but he isn't like not even guaranteed to come?
It's most likely gonna happen. You have Omar Barada from Manchester City. That's a top level executive right there.
There you are.
We're probably gonna offer more money to a manager. That plays a situation. And actually, let's be real. Are we really more toxic than Chelsea right now? Because this is the same club that has fired.
Yes, you are more toxic than Chelsea.
They're about to sack 3 managers within the span of 16 months.
Grigs.
Oh, God willing.
No,
that's
but
3 managers. It ain't Roman any. Roman's not there anymore.
Manager out, but I think even he'll acknowledge United are more toxic right now.
Are we really?
Yeah, I'll be real. I still wouldn't want to be Man United. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, bro, this ain't Roman Abramovich era no more. This is not a stable structure that they're building. You have about 5 executives that don't even know their own role. They're beefing. They brought that Vidal guy from Leipzig a year ago. He left within 3 months. He's like, I'm out of here. They don't even know who's making the calls up there. There is no stability within Chelsea right now. At least with us, we're starting to build some sort of stability in the upstairs. That's why we even haven't even sacked Ten Hag yet. Ten Hag is the final piece of the puzzle, which we'll talk about later. But, bro, Chelsea are the antithesis of stability right now. There is no stability. It's a rocking boat.
Okay. Fair enough. By the way, quickly, just so you guys know the reference. This is the reference. You get me? Shout out to all the Greek people in the world. You get me? Kostas Tsimikas going bad. Fairs, Kostas. Fairs. Egal. You know why I went Egal before Hamza? Because Hamza will now tear the fuck out of Chelsea. So let's go Egal first. Go on, Egal.
First thing, I'm gonna speak about Liverpool. That final is I'm gonna take a book out of what my guy Rack said. That was the Virgil van Dijk final. He was amazing. Defensively, he also contributed to 2 goal-scoring opportunities. One was ruled out, and it was close. Chelsea, Liverpool, is honestly one of the most entertaining games to watch. You always watch that game and you know it's going to be back and forth. And if you think it's boring, you're a casual. I'm sorry. I can't say nothing more than that, because that the back and forth, even Lewis, who lost, will say, you know what, he was on the edge of his seat for majority of the game. Now,
not in a good way, but yes.
Yeah. So to the Liverpool fans, congratulations. Jurgen Klopp, that was huge for his legacy, for another trophy, for first of many, hopefully, for you guys this year. You never know. You could go win the FA Cup. You could go win the Europa League.
Live Arsenal lives on forever.
You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't see you guys winning the league, but hey, that's still possible also, right? And the fact that he trusts the kids and he played the kids, some of those kids will never make it at Liverpool at the top level and consistently get game time. But for them to be trusted in this moment, it will be forever. They'll forever remember this moment. And Jurgen Klopp showing that how good of a man manager he is. And that was a special moment for Liverpool. And of course, you could sense that you guys became underdogs once you got all those injuries, facing all those problems. But you know what? Enough about celebrating for Liverpool. Congratulations to you guys. Now this is now about Chelsea, because it got to a point where Liverpool were the underdogs and Chelsea were the favorites, clear favorites. They were playing better. They had more experienced players on the pitch. And
by the way, Egal, sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but you know, it got to the stage where you can ask the people in the chat. In my watch along, I was actually giving I'm so proud of the
eulogies.
boys.
Yeah, the eulogies.
I was just like, I'm so proud of these youngsters coming on and doing all of this shit. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Like, I was just giving the I'm so proud speech. I actually, dead ass, no agendas, banter aside, fully thought Chelsea was going to win the game. I'm so sorry, but wallahi, I did.
Yeah. The concession speech came out. But don't forget, although Chelsea-Liverpool is always a back and forth, end-to-end game, and you think you don't know who's going to win, you know who's going to win if it's at Wembley. Chelsea are now known as the blue billion-pound bottle jobs. And Lewis has the audacity to call Wembley his home. Since when has it been your home? You every time you've come to Wembley since 2019, you leave with nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you guys have the audacity to talk shit about other people. Guys, what is Chelsea's expectations for this season? Because I've never seen a big club ride their whole hopes of an entire season on the League Cup. Do you fathom this, guys? Nobody's actually taken this in. We're now 24 hours removed from the loss, but Chelsea's whole entire season basically was riding on them winning that League Cup or not. The only sense of happiness they potentially could have got is now the FA Cup. I don't know if they're going to do that, but hey, potentially. Very unlikely, in my opinion, but potentially they could get far in that. You never know. We'll find out this week what happens. But the reality is they're banking on the League Cup. The shameless lot were ready to say, oh, we've had a better season than anyone who didn't win a trophy because they won the League Cup when they're still in 11th in the league. This absolute terrible management from Pochettino. I'll give you credit, Lewis. You've been calling out his management for a long time. And last week, I thought he made the right decision. But this week, he was
Is Lewis even here with us?
I don't know. He looks like he's frozen. Cowardice from Pochettino. Pochettino fully went Spursy.
Yeah, I was just doing an SBC, but I'm listening.
He tried to play for the draw. Literally against kids. And also, we need to talk about individual performances. We're going to get on to Enzo in a second. But Chilwell's your captain, and he's 27 years old trying to fight 19-year-old. Why is the Ops 19 when he's 27? It's actually a joke, right? You get to Chelsea.
He's the worst captain I've seen in my life, but yeah, I'll let you keep cooking.
I can agree with you there. Then you go to Enzo Fernandez. That was the worst performance from Enzo Fernandez I've seen in a Chelsea kit, by far. This is one of the more experienced.
I agree.
This is one of the most experienced players in your team. He's been to World Cup finals. He's been to the Copa Americas. He's done this in international stages, and he couldn't step up. He couldn't show nothing against Liverpool's C team. It's an absolute indictment on him as a player, and you could tell he was rattled after the game when people were making jokes. He couldn't handle it. The guy is an absolute joke of a player for you guys this game, and he's the definition of what you guys are. You overpay for average performances. Caicedo, average performance. Mudryk never even does anything. So what's the point of even bringing him on, right? You look at the guys that Poch did bring on. He brought on attackers, then went negative. honestly, Chelsea, you guys are an absolute joke. This season relied on that League Cup win, and I honestly don't think you guys are going to amount to nothing. Now all I have to say is, what is your expectations? Because you banked on that was your only way into Europe. That was your only way into Europe. You now have no way to get into Europe. I don't see you guys finishing anywhere higher than 10th. If you're lucky, maybe 9th. And I don't even want to get into anybody else because really and truly, there's no point. These guys.
Don't worry, I will.
Their season, Chelsea Football Club season, is officially almost over. You're one competition out, one competition left, and you're not getting nothing this season. I've said it, and I'll repeat it again. This Chelsea football project, Hussam, you're right, but Todd Bowley has sunk Chelsea Football Club to the ground. Roman Abramovich built it, and in 2 years, Todd Bowley has turned you guys into West Ham.
I promise you, if Roman Abramovich comes back, Chelsea will be fixed in 2 months. Dead ass. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, he would sack Poch. He would
Please
sack
don't let
all
me
the
dream
directors.
about that.
No, but he would sack Poch. I agree with that. And he would sack all the directors and he'd go like, fuck all this process shit you're doing. He'd go buy 5 ready-made players right now and just go like, let's win. That's what
Boris Johnson, I can't say. I need to keep
the day Roman Abramovich left Chelsea.
Yeah.
The day Roman Abramovich left Chelsea was the day Chelsea became a mid-table club.
Okay, let me just read these 2 super chats before we let Hamza land. Big up to Hamza, who says you let Liverpool's under 16 flex their EFL medals in school the next day. £250 million midfield got cooked by kids. You know what's funny? It's getting, wallahi, I said this earlier on and back again. Bro, Abu Treka was on BN Sports saying these Liverpool players should hurry back home because they have homework. And, you know, they have school the next day. Like, it's not even like troops or Hussam.
I was saying half of them can't drink the champagne at full time.
That is a fact. Factually, it's a fact because they really can't. Like, it's just, honestly, guys, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just the fact.
No cigars, no nothing.
All 18-year-olds. Bro, that's what I'm saying, Medino. I know you heard it. Anyone in the Middle East heard what Abu Treka said? If you understand Arabic, you laughed your ass off. Man said, hurry up, you have homework to do. Don't over-celebrate. He fully said that on BN Sport, like national television. Like, it's mad. And a message here from Friday to Hamza, before Hamza starts. Hamza, today, you aren't allowed to mention Baresi, Van Basten, Rivaldo, Davor Shakur, Edgar Davids, or any players who played in an era before 2000. That's what... Freddy, I don't think Hamza will be held to that standard because Hamza is shameless. Hamza will mention players from the 1930s if he feels like it. So listen, Hamza's Hamza, man. Big up Freddy, big up Eric, big up Ozan and Hamza Ibrahim as well for the super chats. 550 people in here. Hit the like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you are yet to do so. Let me just actually read one more. Sorry, Hamza. Don, I'm a Chelsea supporter. What are your thoughts that Enzo is simply a player who had a good World Cup, but he's really another James Rodriguez? Look, yesterday's game in a prism proves that this super chat could be right in a prism of one game and one game only. Because yesterday, and I know these are buzzwords that people don't like, but mixed with ability, you need courage, guts, balls of steel, and you need desire. And I felt like my problem with Enzo was yesterday, bro, if I'm Enzo, I'm looking Bobby Clark straight in the eye and I'm going like, I'm not about to let this kid win it. I'm going to pull my socks up, dribble past him and shoot from 20 yards. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do something. I'm going to try something. That is the problem, Damien. That is what he did not do. That's why I think in the prism only of yesterday's game, this super chat makes sense. But is it fair to say he's only James Rodriguez? Not yet. But it could be true. Could be. Not will be. Not might be, could be true. It's a possibility. Hamza, floor is yours, brother.
First, congratulations to Liverpool Football Club. There's no doubt about it. Right, well done for your Carabao Cup. You can't mock it. Still, it's a cup competition. As Klopp said, it's the most important cup he's ever won. Like, I don't know why he said that. I think because he knew how important it is for him. And respect to your good club. I think the worst thing is we keep coming here every single time, every single week. We always look at Lewis. He's in the same spot and he doesn't move there most of the time. He knows. He's booked there every single week. Every single week he comes here, he's got a spot there. He knows. He only looks up. You see? He only looks up all the time.
He's in the basement.
Every single, I feel sorry for him. It's becoming embarrassing. Like, this is beyond a joke, Lewis. Beyond a joke. Like, you should be embarrassed. Like, as a Chelsea fan, I'll be angry and upset. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And the thing is, you cannot blame Pochettino for this game, Lewis. You will not blame Pochettino for this one. Lewis, you cannot blame Pochettino on this one. No one is going to accept that excuse because you tried. And I told you back in August when you played AFC Wimbledon, Lewis, remember? I said, you don't need Pochettino to motivate your team to beat AFC Wimbledon. When your fan base said he's a World Cup winner, he had a poor season, and then he beats Wimbledon, FC Wimbledon. He had the audacity of taking his shot and running to the crowd. I'm thinking, yo, have some shame. They got beaten 3 weeks ago to Accrington Stanley, Division 2. You should beat them easy. Have some. They scraped that win against FC Wimbledon at Stamford Bridge. We come here every single time we tell Lewis, the kids, yeah, your players are a disgrace. I told him Disasi is shit. I told him Disasi is a crap player. The only reason why you drew against us is technicality. But we know that. We know that. Lewis, you don't trust your players. Lewis, you don't trust your players. How many managers are you going to go through? You went through Potter. Yeah. You gave him a 5-year contract. 5-year contract. Your owner believed in Potter. Who gives Potter a 5-year contract? Who gives an owner gives 5-year contract? Which owner interviews? He wants Enrique and then goes for Pochettino, the biggest rival for Chelsea. He is mocking you. He doesn't respect you. Lewis,
wait, is that true? Did he actually interview Enrique and then choose Poch?
Oh, Enrique, I think, rejected them.
Yeah, because he met them. He met them. And he heard about their project he wrote. It's a joke, man. This is this is Cartoon Network. This is a joke, bro. He met Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley doesn't know football. Really, this guy, Luis Enrique, won a treble. Yeah, he thinks, yo, my man, you don't know what you're talking about in football. Yeah, he's seen the project within 10 minutes. He thought, this is a calamity. Chelsea Football Club is done. It's done. What they built, you know, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but they've destroyed it in a day. They destroyed the whole Chelsea heritage has been destroyed. I have never seen in my life a football club that has become so huge and get distracted like this within 2 years. It's done, finished, finito. Banter club. They're no longer banter club, Sam. They're mid-table club. They're now going to be called soon relegation club. And let me tell Lewis one thing. Lewis, don't think you will not get relegated now. Don't think you will not get relegated. I saw this from Leeds. I saw this from Leeds, Lewis. I saw Leeds with Mark Viduka, Harry Kewell, Oliver Dacko. Yeah, I saw them getting relegated with Lee Boyer. Top team, wallahi, gone. Never come back again. Where's Leeds? Banter club. Leeds were a big club for some. Leeds used to finish with some 4th, 5th with Chelsea. 4th Leeds, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leeds. It was there. They were always there. Great team. West Ham went down with Michael Carrick, Joe Cole, Jermaine Defoe. They went down. Frederick Kanute, Thomas Rebka, finito, bye. They went relegated. You think the way you're playing, yeah? Why do you think the Sassy jumped into your crowds? Why? A Palace. Why? Bro, players do that when you beat like a final. Like you win a major. Bro, he throws himself at Crystal Palace. Like, yo, bro, shame on you. You celebrate and you say, yo, we've won the game. Come on, let's go. Especially when you've been scraping wins against Luton, scraping wins against other teams. Lewis comes here, Pochettino is a problem. Pochettino is a problem. I tell Lewis the same issue. The biggest disgrace, I'm going to call her. Enzo is a disgrace of a footballer. Enzo's a disgrace of a footballer. He should be ashamed of himself because he's the biggest fraud and he might be considered one of the worst signing in Premier League history. Might be. This is 2 seasons. Is his second season this season? This is second season. Last season, 100 million signing made them finish 11th. What did they finish? 10th, 11th? Was it 11th or 10th? I don't know. This season, they're struggling again. They're struggling. So even some of their wins are questionable. Some of their draws are questionable. Some of their wins against Luton are questionable. Palace, questionable. So you don't need a manager to be a youth team of Liverpool. Lewis will not tell me that you need a manager to tell people tactics. I don't need to motivate Enzo. Bobby Claps is midfield. And some random, who's the other random kids? Let me look how I don't even know them. Let me call them Jaden Dunn, Gerald Kwanzaa, James McDonough, Bobby Clark. These are kids, man. Endo. They bought Endo as a replacement of your players. They bought Endo because they couldn't get Caicedo and Enzo, and Endo outplays them. What does that tell you? Your players are mediocre. They're crap. They're useless. They're shit. They're not good enough, Lewis. They're not good. Lewis, you can't come out of this problem. You've gone through the managers. Now you can't blame Pochettino. Why is Enzo not performing against? Why is he getting dispossessed with 18, 16-year-old? Why a 16-year-old wanting to play for the badge more than 100 million signing? Shame on Enzo. A kid from school, college, doing his A levels. Some of them are just complete. They're applying for A levels. They've just completed GCSE. Yeah. Some of them have more passion than Enzo Fernandez. You told us Enzo won the World Cup. They must be joking, huh? They're looking, huh? Mommy, did I really play a World Cup winner? Mommy's gonna say, yeah. He won the World Cup. He's that shit. He's that shit. McDonald outplayed, took the ball off that guy. He must be there, huh? People in school are saying, how did you play against Enzo? He's saying, that guy's shit, man.
People in school will ask him.
Really
There's no way.
You go to Wembley every year. Every year, Lewis, you go Wembley to collect losers' medal. When are you going to stop going Wembley?
You know how many times, Hamza?
Apparently 6 times. Apparently 6 times.
They are.
Sam, Caicedo was just making reckless foul. I told you he's a fouler. He nearly broke Doku's leg and he got away with it. He could have. This guy is dirty. You can only be that dirty if you're clumsy. Because great players are not clumsy. Yes or no? They control the ball. They know when to pass. They know when to jump out tackles. This guy is clumsy. His name should be Clumsy the Clown. He's a clumsy as hell. This guy, bro, he's dangerous. And then you look at the striker like Nicola Jackson. You bought your project from a fraud. Yeah? Players that have played 10 games for Benfica that cost 10 million, went for 100 million. Nicola Jackson, scored 13 goals. 13 goals in 47 games. You bought him as your main striker. Christopher Nkunku, you said to us, wait until Christopher Nkunku comes back. Why didn't Nkunku do yesterday? Why didn't Nkunku do? Nothing. You're telling us wait for these players to come. They're nothing. You are ashamed. I saw the video yesterday, Lewis. You look there, you know it. You're in the mud. You know you're in the mud, Lewis. You're not gonna come out of this mud, Lewis. Sacking managers is not the problem, Lewis. You're done. You're becoming Leeds. I'm telling you now. You're not like Arsenal. Arsenal's worst team were never this bad. Arsenal's worst team with Yaya Sanogo, with the likes of Jack Wilshere, they were not that bad. Arsenal used to finish top 4. Yes or not, Egal? Used to finish top 4. What was the worst position you finished? 8th? And that you're shocked. You're like, yo, that's a disgrace. We shouldn't. Arsenal don't spend time there. Arsenal used to go finals, FA Cup, and win it in their worst time. When Arsenal fan TV were coming out there, we want our manager out. But guess what? Your fan base have been sold the dream, fake dream, a dream that you guys I don't know why you're backing your owners. I don't know why you're backing your owners. I know why you're not coming out there calling out your owners. I don't know whether you guys are scared and think that your football club is finished. I think you believe. I really believe that Lewis is scared, probably thinking, I think we're done. Let's just try and pretend we got manager issue. But manager ain't issue. Lewis believes his football club's done. He genuinely believes, because there's no way Hassan believes Pochettino is a problem now. Hassan, you shouldn't be up. You don't need a team talk to beat 15, 16-year-old. 15, 16-year-old. And there's no way to fix
I
it.
agree with you. I said this today.
So
like,
how do you fix this? How do you fix this? This is a question. There's no fix. You can't fix it. Lewis, let me give you a solution. You can't fix it. You can't fix it. This is hard. Because
let me give you a
thereafter,
solution. You can't fix it. Wow.
Lewis, you can't fix it. It's broken now. You know when a child breaks that toy and say, Mom, yeah, bro, great. And it's broken glass. You can't fix it. I have to try. You can't even buy a new one because they're after you now. Because a lot of your players, if you sell them, Disasi will not be wanted. Who will take Disasi? Who will take your players now? Who will take Nicola Jackson? Who will take Enzo for 100 million? How much is he worth? Enzo's worth now 40 million. Caicedo's worth 40 million. They're not worth 100 million, Sam. They used to compare Enzo to Bellingham. Wallahi, they compared it to Jude Bellingham. They said he was better. Wallahi, Chelsea fan told me in a tweet, Jude Bellingham is not better than Enzo. They all believed it. Apologize to Jude Bellingham. Apologize to Jude now. Don't ever compare Jude Bellingham to that guy. Conversation is Enzo versus Lokonga. Who's a better midfielder?
Wow.
Lokonga now. Let's bring Lokonga now. Conversation.
Lord.
He's not in that. Sam, he doesn't. Why am I going to bring Declan Rice and Enzo? There's no comparison now. There's no.
That's mad. That's mad.
Bro,
And
I'm pro Argentina. I'm a pro. Yeah, I love River Plate because they've sold me players. Di Michelis is there. But to me, I think Enzo is a disgrace. He doesn't respect the badge. Their players don't respect the badge. They don't respect you. You left Lewis early in the morning, traveling there in the rain. They're taking three. Sterling's taking 350 a week. Your best project is by Man City youngster. Your biggest project, 1 billion. My youngster, my boy is your best player of 1 billion. When Real Madrid used to spend 1 billion, they used to produce Galactico, Zinedine Zidane, Figo would stand there with Roberto Carlos and Raul, and you'll see them. I look at your project there. The Sassi up front. I'm saying Caicedo there. What? These are clowns. You produce best. When you sign elite players. And I don't think. Listen, Lewis, you're not coming back to the Champions League. You'll be remembered as Nottingham Forest, I believe. You'll probably be remembered as Nottingham Forest because you're not coming back, Lewis. Yeah, you're done as a football club. Yeah, it's painful to say, Lewis. And I think, pray you just throw the Leeds game away because you ain't going to win it anyway. We know you're not win the FA Cup because I'm there. If Sam's there, if Sam's your daddy now, if Sam's Liverpool are your daddy, wow. Chelsea fans. Yeah, Chelsea fans, be honest. Every time you meet these guys, they beat in the final. And your worst nightmare is Klopp. Klopp is your worst nightmare. He beats you in the final. He's dunked on your managers. He's dunked on your players. You even you try to blame Lukaku or win the. It's not happened. It's the project. It's finished or something. And I think today Lewis should just look at himself and say, I'm grateful to go to the final. Be like an AFC Wimbledon fan. Getting to the final is an achievement. Not winning it. You're no longer be a club that wins trophies anymore. I'm telling you now, you're not winning trophy. You're winning trophy with Mudryk. You're winning with Nicola Jackson. The guy kisses. All he does is just does this to fans and kisses Enzo. He was holding Enzo's shirt and kissing it. I'm thinking, yo, what's Enzo done? Bro, Sam, Enzo took off his shirt and did this, and he took off Enzo's shirt and he kissed it. I thought, what a loser you are. Enzo is a bum in English Premier League and you're kissing that. Kiss them. Kiss Zidane. Kiss players. Gerrard, Zidane, Patrick Vieira, Henry. They've won something. No, you're kissing Enzo failing in the Premier League and now played the AFC Wimbledon. You're going, what the hell? You look up to this shit guy. One of the failures in the Premier League history. And I'll tell you one thing. Your players, a lot of your players will be included in the worst signings in Premier League history. We're going to put, soon, you will remember Enzo, Caicedo, these are the names. Mudryk will be top 10 minimum. Chelsea, you've already taken Danny Drinkwater. You got Bakayoko there. We know you got a lot of frauds there that you signed. You're adding a lot of them from this generation. And I look at Lewis, I'm thinking, I feel sorry for Lewis. He's drinking a lot of water, yeah? But I just think that even that water ain't going to help you, Lewis. Yeah, you wake up tomorrow morning, it's the same Chelsea. You're in pain. You're in pain, Joe. Just accept it. Accept your finished club. You're done. I finished with Lewis.
Okay, Lewis. Yes, Lewis. The floor is yours. The floor is yours.
There's no video?
No,
nothing?
there is no video. I can play the footage of Mo, who's your daddy.
No,
video.
I thought you were going to do the thing where you say it's my turn and just when I'm about to sleep.
No, it's too long. We're too long into the stream to do that.
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry, I had the stream on mute for about 20.
Don't
or
talk about
25.
Pochettino. I want to hear anything else.
I will talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. You know that. I've just been playing SBCs for like the last 49 minutes and let every single one of you have your say. So let me say one thing right now. I will talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. But yeah, for all the people who say I have agendas and everything, we're going to start on the players. Well, actually, first and foremost, congratulations to Liverpool. Completely deserved it from the first minute to the last. Jurgen Klopp is a serious manager. Liverpool actually have a serious squad, unlike us. So it's cool. Let's talk on the players. So Petrovic, one of only two players I think that really deserves to leave with their head high. Did the best that he could. Unlucky, mate. It is what it is. Gusto, your touches weren't great. You didn't start well. You got a bit better towards the end. I mean, I guess that puts you on like the slightly better Chelsea players, but Disasi, Colwell, both of them started poorly. Kind of got a bit better towards the end of 90, and then I didn't really see too much of them in extra time. Ben Chilwell is a disgrace. Absolute utter disgrace. This guy had more fights than forward passes completed. He's a joke. The fact that this guy is my vice captain is just a straight embarrassment. I thought, just because I got cut by Connor Bradley, I'm gonna give him one back or something. Yeah, well, way to get a dumb yellow card. Typical Chelsea, dumb yellow cards for shit off the ball because we're emotion merchants, led by an emotional manager. But I'll get to him later. Enzo. So everyone had a lot to say about Enzo. And today, fine. Fair enough. Because he had his worst performance of the season. Bar a couple of decent passes from deep, it was awful. Got walked through about 4 or 5 times. Like, that back heel at the end it was stupid. And that's the second time he's done that. He tried that at Man United away as well, and it didn't work. Just fucking put your leg through it. Or at least have some awareness of the players around you. Like, for one of the more creative players, I would expect that. I did see him getting that stick at the end of the game. I don't really feel bad for him because you didn't play well. So, it is what it is. Hold that. Like, you couldn't turn up in the end at the very least with that midfield. Fine, whatever. I don't care. Like, Liverpool fans get to mock every single one of you, and it is what it is. I only feel bad for Petrovic. Only feel bad for Jackson. That's about it. Caicedo, for what it's worth, was probably our best midfielder. Even though he still had some rash tackles, there was still some good passes, which basically led to about 3 of the chances that we had. Some good tackles as well. Best of a bad bunch, but still not really to a level, but it is what it is. It probably would have been better with better players around him. He's the one of the midfielders that was probably better, but again, I don't care. I'm not going to defend him. Gallagher. Now, if everyone says I have a Conor Gallagher agenda, do you know how easy it would be for me to stand here and just say, Conor Gallagher cost me that game with his wasted chances? I could very easily just say I could blame everything on Conor Gallagher right now, and I would have an argument. Not a correct argument, but I'd have an argument.
Loki,
But I'm not going to do that, even though he was crap. Because like there's everyone, a lot of them have to shoulder the blame. And I keep telling people, stop talking to me about chances made in a small period of the game when we don't ever dominate for a full 90. But again, I will get to that. But Gallagher was awful. Awful weight of passing, awful crossing, and bottled 2 big chances. He was a disgrace. There was a couple good passes. I think he made the chance for the Enzo back heel. There might have been another one that I've forgotten about. But for the most part, wasn't good enough. Sterling, talking about how Wembley's his home and he's going to turn up. Didn't even see anything of him to say anything. Bar the offside goal. Didn't see anything. Palmer was very quiet in the first half. He made 3 big chances in the second. So again, like he's probably up there with the better players. And I got to give him credit for that. But
you changed your mind on that. I told you he wasn't that bad. I told you Palmer.
Yeah. I rewatched the game back. I rewatched the game tonight. I had a spare hour and a half. So yeah, silly me and all of that. Jackson, like fair play. You had to deal with hoofball tactics all game, and you still managed to make 3 chances. Fine, fair enough. I genuinely don't have anything negative to say about you. The fact that you even got taken off was just why. Like, you were one of the only few players making chances. Fair play. And Cuckoo didn't really do anything. Mudryk didn't really do anything. Who's the other subs? Madueke, like, lacked a bit of end product. Chalobah, I don't even remember him doing much either. The substitutions I actually understood from the manager, so I don't really care too much about that. My problem with the manager that I'm going to get to now was, first off, every single argument made for him just went right in the bin today, because this dickhead has spent all season moaning about lack of experience, all to bottle it to a Liverpool under-21 side in extra time. Like I know people will say Pochettino didn't miss the chance and everything, but the thing that I've said all season is that we only create these chances in a certain period of the game. A certain 20-30 minute period of the game, and that's it. And fair play, like some of them are clear-cut and everything, and the players could be burying them, but the fact is, it's not sustainable to only do that in a short period. You need to be able to do that for a full 90. That's why under Tuchel, I could absolve him of blame and I could go after the forwards who aren't burying their chances. We always do it in a certain period of the game, which is why I cannot hear that as an chances created thing. Because if Gallagher scores one of those goals, no one's talking about the performance. Nobody's talking about the performance. I'm not allowed to talk about the performance. We won the cup. We won the cup. Be happy. Stop being negative. Stop being negative. We won the game. What are you talking about? So no, this is exactly what happens when we win. Stuff gets gaslighted. Like, I understand the second half we got better and everything, but about 60, 70 minutes, our tactics were genuinely just hoofball and pray. When we go into the final third, we are disjointed as hell. We make everything up on instinct. There's no structures. There's no patterns at all. They look clueless. The only time we really grew into the game and took any control was in the last 20 minutes, and I could put that down to Liverpool being tired, because they're the ones that played 4 days before the final. We're the ones that had a week off. And then we're talking... these guys brought on... Like, where is the screenshot? I'll bring it up again. Where is it? Because I think I brought... Yeah, this.
Speaking of gaslighting, as Lewis...
This is the team that Liverpool had at extra time.
Did you post it?
No. It's share screen.
Okay, my bad.
And Pochettino saw this, and he didn't want to go for the game. He wanted to take it to penalties. He wanted to take this to penalties. Liverpool are literally waving the white flag at you, and you're waving it right back. Cowardice in extra time against a youth team, but you've spent all season moaning about lack of experience. You're a fraud. You're an absolute fraud. You had the easiest opportunity to beat Liverpool before even the subs. And they were in control of the game for the majority of it. There was another one I wanted to bring up. Where's this? Where is it? This was the pass map. This was the pass map for the game. Look at the state of the left-hand side. Look at this. What are we even doing? Nicholas Jackson has no arrows towards him. Because guess what? Every long ball we try to play to him, Van Dijk, Kanate, because it's light work to them. It's bread and butter to them. It's the easiest final the pair of them could have ever had. I have Conor Gallagher with 0 forward passes. Well, no arrows passing forward. I have Cole Palmer having to drop deep just to get the ball. The most progressive passes received was by my right back. By my right back. These are the tactics of my manager. But people tell me to trust the process. People tell me not to blame Pochettino. Now, I've spoken about the players, so people can't act like I'm only just talking about Pochettino. I don't want to hear it. But I'm talking about him because he is also culpable as well. Those directors as well, they are culpable too. You had 3 months after Potter was sacked to find the right guy, and you bring this to us. This is what you bring to me. Bowley and Igbali, you were at the final. You were at the final. You got to watch that shit right in front of your eyes. Why is he still here? Why is it now? Now I am seeing reports telling me that we are going on the search for a new manager potentially. In fucking late February, we're nearly in March. Our next game is in fucking March, and this is when you want to fucking act. This has been clear as day. There's been red flags since this guy tried to protect the points against a Bournemouth team that hadn't won in the league yet. The red flags were already there. Manchester United away should have been you should have sacked him then. Not even let him come back on the coach. You let him go through that. You let him go through Everton. You let him lose to Wolves. You let him lose to a Middlesbrough team with 16 injuries. And then talk about how, Caicedo told me they lost to Middlesbrough last season. You dickhead. The last time Middlesbrough beat Brighton, he wasn't even a professional player. You fucking lying, gaslighting piece of shit. You go to Anfield, lose 4-1, set Thiago Silva to die in a high line. At his age, you disgraceful prick. Then you go and lose 4-2 to Wolves at home, and you still keep him in the fucking job. Because you want to delude yourself into thinking he's going to take us to this cup. The only hope that I had was those injuries, and then you go and lose to their under-21s. You go and lose to their fucking under-21s. And now I'm hearing the copium about the FA Cup. We could go win the FA Cup. They think we could go and win the FA Cup. They're dickheads. They're absolute dickheads. Because things could be so much better if we actually had a competent coach in charge. We could at least just be competing for top 4, top 6 like we should have been in the first place. And then I hear the experience argument. Then I hear it. Because then you're talking about experience to consolidate top 4. I get it. You're talking about doing that just to get into the European spots. What? I don't know where we go from here. We're facing a Brentford side that has lost, I think, 10 of their last 12 games coming up.
You okay?
And I have no confidence at all. We've only beaten Brentford once since they've come up. Even the Leeds game. They've got Somerville out. They might have Bamford out. If you lose that one, I don't even know if I'm going to be angry at that point. I think that will genuinely take me to stage 5 of grief, and I'll just be at acceptance. I'll be like, well, thank you, owners. You've tanked another season because of your shit ego, because you can't accept the fact that you picked the wrong manager again. How about you have some ruthlessness? Because I believe in these players. I don't care about this one game. They were crap, the majority of them, but I believe in these players. And I believe a better coach can get more out of them. But they're being led to die by this manager.
Why haven't they sacked him? Why? Honestly, why? Fuck agendas. Why?
Ego. Because they can't admit that they made another mistake. It's why with Graham Potter he lasted so long. That guy had 4 wins in 20. And we kept him.
We know why they didn't sack him.
But listen. Let's go back to the main thing. If Pochettino's a problem, who do you think you sign it? Were you Pochettino in when you signed him? Yes or no?
I gave him a chance.
There you are.
What do you mean, there you are? Why am I going to have an agenda on somebody from day one?
Lewis, I knew Pochettino's not the right one. I said it. He's never.
Congratulations, you knew about his time at PSG. The one thing I've learned from this is I need to research future managers. But guess what? I'm not recruitment.
No, but
I'm not recruitment. I'm a fan. I'm allowed that naivety.
One second, Hamza.
It's simple. It's simple. There's something called standards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recruit a manager from your ex-rival? Do you? Do you date?
Did he come from my ex-rival, or did he come from PSG?
If you don't do that, there's things that you
He came from PSG.
don't do. He came from Spurs. He was a Spurs manager. He was a Spurs manager for many years.
I mean, Chelsea did have Glenn Hoddle as their manager.
Hold on. Okay. I know you had George Graham, yeah? I know
They
you
had Glenn Hoddle as their manager.
Yeah, but you never took Tottenham from a Tottenham manager to Arsenal. Tell me your manager you took from Tottenham to Arsenal.
No, never. But the thing
That's
is,
what I'm saying.
Hamza,
I just
want to speak to
Lewis Loki, by the way, that was one of the reasons why some just never accepted him, because he was former Spurs.
Facts.
Some people never
People have
accepted him.
principles.
Never.
That's
But
the
look,
principle.
I hear that for some people, but like that wasn't me. I was
wanna
like, cool, let's see how this goes. Preseason looked alright. I was like, let's go. Then we go to the first 3 games of the season. I'm thinking, what is
George
this?
Graham went from Spurs to Arsenal, not Arsenal.
Lewis. I hear your speech, and honestly,
No, Arsenal.
you didn't say much that was wrong. All I'm gonna say is off the back of the League Cup, are you saying your season's finished?
Not real. It's with this manager where I have expectations of what I want, but it's like, do I really think
It's realistic now? Let's be real.
with that's the thing with this manager? I don't know, because here's the thing. Like, it's a bit of a layered answer, because United lost to Fulham,
Okay.
and they're probably going to lose to Man City.
Okay.
So I mean, if we were to
Hopefully
beat
not.
Brentford, we are 6 points off them
Yes.
with a game in hand. So I would
Not
like to
reasonable.
think
Not
that we have a
reasonable.
slim chance of catching them up. But then I remember who manages my football club, and I'm like, do I really want to even try and give myself that hope just to piss myself off more in the future? I don't know.
Lewis,
Okay, who do you get?
One second. I hear the point about the manager, Lewis. I get it. You want to create. You've made this point very clear, and I don't think too many people. I don't think too many people are going to criticize are going to dispute the manager situation. But at what point do we have to start looking at some of these individual players and saying they're consistently underperforming? I get it. This is not under one manager. This is under multiple managers now. And you constantly finding yourselves in a situation where these guys who you rate, these players that you rate are not showing you the bare minimum. I get it. I get it that we've all seen.
Been my best centre back this season.
We've all seen.
What do you want?
Not good enough.
Lewis, we've all seen. Poor
I didn't say. I've said he's been my best centre back this season.
Lewis,
yeah.
He would not walk into anything.
We've all seen poor managers at everybody's clubs.
Okay, that's not the argument we're having.
These players are not. Some of them are not good enough. You're overrating the quality of your squad. I genuinely believe.
You become player FC. You've become not.
How when all I'm saying is this squad is capable of being in a top 4, top 6 race. You're acting like I'm talking about title talk.
I think that's the
Top
stretch.
4, I don't
I
agree
think that's a
with you.
stretch.
Top 6,
I think you guys
Top
currently.
6,
That's you, because I told you about the thing about before Anfield. If we had just won 3 games, including Villa at home, we're going into the Anfield game joint 4th. That's in January. That's in deadline day.
You have to actually look at your squad and look at how many underperforming players are.
So how am I not allowed to believe that this squad is capable at least for top 4, top 6? They haven't even been. They also haven't even been given a chance under a good coach.
Lewis, banter aside, tell me 4 players. Tell me 4 players.
Remain happy with Stuart and Winston. You want to build the foundation. 1 second. Around them, others are less complimentary.
None of them have.
People are struggling to see the best players still. Bro, what? There are questionable quality that people struggle to see. The idea behind the squad is noted that the best players are still mostly the academy graduates. Okay, Simon Phillips.
My point exactly. I think personally, Chelsea fans are slightly overrating the quality of their squad. I think the quality of their squad is not that good, and the managers. Yes, the managers have a part to play, but the construction of the squad doesn't make sense. And I think you guys.
Everyone is unmuted, huh? We saw that.
For Lewis and any other Chelsea fan to think that this team should be fighting for top 4 or should be anywhere near Tottenham, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City is ridiculous.
But Egal, let me say something.
I don't agree. I don't
before
agree.
this
Lewis,
sound-
I'm not saying you're some of these players individually, some of them are good, but as a squad, you guys are shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys
But
are
here's the thing:
what-
you have.
Why the
But here's the thing: you have only seen them as a squad under Poch.
Bro,
when I
I'm
said-
looking at. I'm
Go.
using my eyes. I'm looking at
Go.
individual players.
Go.
I'm not seeing players taking.
But when the system isn't good,
Go.
you're doomed to
Bro,
fail
let me
anyway,
listen.
which is why I'm saying I just want a better
Stop.
coach first
Stop.
before we
Stop.
get to
Stop.
that
Leave it
conclusion.
between me and Lewis. Leave it between me and Lewis.
No,
Let
no.
me
I
say
just
it.
want to say one thing.
Let me
Yeah,
stop.
please,
Stop.
actually, yeah, Hamza, go on your space, bro. Go on your space.
Stop.
No,
There you
stop.
are. You got dunked on right there. You got
Listen,
dunked on.
Manchester United.
Hamza, go on your
That's for
space,
being
bro.
on
Let me
space,
talk to
man.
Egal. Let me talk to
Where
Egal.
you get professionalism
Manchester
always on
United.
spaces. Let it go land.
Lewis, Manchester
Let it go,
United.
land. Okay, let's see what is
Manchester
landing.
United.
Is it landing
Manchester-
EasyJet?
let me give you an example.
EasyJet land, please.
Hamza, stop it, bro.
Land
2
space.
seconds. Can you please?
Okay.
Manchester United did not have a system under Oli. Manchester United had numerous situations where they did not have a system, but they had individual players who could pick them up and get them performances to win games.
And I hear that, but I said,
not
here's
see
the
that.
thing. If we had a number 9, right? If we had a striker who'd be burying those chances and we have those experience, it would just paper over the cracks of this manager, and then we would be an Ollie with United under individual brilliance, and I would
honestly,
still
I'm
want the
giving
manager gone.
I think Chelsea's team just likes game changers.
I'm gonna say one thing that's gonna be
I can give
dangerous.
you
I'm
numerous
gonna say
examples
one thing,
of
Sam.
clubs that
Listen
did
to
not
this
have
deep.
strikers,
Sam,
but still had
you see
enough
this your
individual
waffling, yeah?
players on the
Oh
pitch
my
that could
god.
get them wins. Lewis, you guys as Chelsea fans need to start looking at your team as a squad and look at them and say you don't have enough quality players.
One thing with
Now,
this Chelsea
Here's
team,
the
though,
thing.
this Chelsea
Wait, just
team
before
needs-
you go, I will say that once I have a manager that I believe in. Because when I had Tuchel, I could say these players aren't good enough because I believed in the manager and what he was doing. I don't believe in Poch. You bring me a manager that has a good system, and if these players aren't doing well with that, or individual players aren't, then they are the problem. If the manager isn't doing well enough, they're doomed to fail from the start, especially when it's such a young squad like the one that we have. Sorry, Griggs.
Let me say
Yeah,
this.
no,
No, let Griggs go, man.
Hamza, one second. Because
This
they got
is
brought
one
up the United
statement, one
squad.
statement,
One
one
second,
statement,
bro.
I'm
You
done.
waffled for about
One
50
statement,
minutes.
one
Give it
statement,
up.
I'm done.
Give
One
it up, bro. You
statement, I'm
waffled for
done.
80 hours.
Hamza,
Okay.
let
Give it
other
up.
people speak, bro.
Let me just finish one statement, then I keep getting interrupted. Let me say last statement. This is
Yes.
deep, yeah? I'm gonna take you to that level that you're gonna say Hamza's right. When Roman Abramovich came in here, who did he hire as a director? You see, you don't have answers, yeah? Let me tell you. This is why you need not pen and paper. I'm not like
I
you
won't
know.
even listen. I'm sorry. What was the
He
question?
He got the best of the best. Do you know where he shopped at? He went and got Man United chief executive Peter Kenyon. When these frauds came to take over Chelsea, they went and shopped to Brighton FC. They went to get Brighton's guys. Brighton guys. Wallahi, they've got Brighton, Win Stanley. Bro, you become Brighton. Why do you think City went to Barcelona? Soriano? You go to the top. That's the difference. You go all the way to the top. Why are we playing around? I'm showing you what you're supposed to think like. I'm teaching you on this some space, and you guys keep going. Pochettino, listen, think out the box. Think what I just said, Lewis. Remember I said to you, Peter Kenyon came in. He then realized United wanted Robin. He
You're
signed
talking about the
Robin.
Mourinho time?
Okay. So we're comparing
Kenyon.
Roman.
He was
We're
guy.
comparing what Roman did to what
I'll say
Bowley
Roman.
did. We've already said stuff about Bowley. Griggs, what were you saying?
They got brought up to United. But the thing with the Chelsea team is when you look at the
Come
players
closer
like
to Mike
United,
McCain.
United had like when you look at the players that United had, we had Rashford, we had Greenwood, we had Pogba, we had Bruno. We're talking about actual game-changing players that don't. Some of them don't even need coaching, right? They could change the game on the flip of a switch. When you look at this Chelsea team, you look at these players, they need coaching. They're not the kind of players that have the instincts to just change the game. They need proper coaching.
Thank
You look at
you.
Caicedo. Why did
Thank
Caicedo
you.
excel at Brighton? Because he was part of the Zerbi system. He was part of the system. Enzo, the
He's
Benfica system
Brighton.
under Roger Schmidt. All these guys,
Brighton.
Oh,
those guys
let
are
him
young-
cook, man.
Guys are young players too. Don't forget that. Most of them are under 23 players. They don't have the experience to be those level of players. Yes, they got paid. The fees were world-class player prices, right? That's on Bowley. You got to blame him for that. But the players themselves, they need proper coaching. Caicedo's playing as a 6. He's not a 6. He's an 8. Enzo, after you're making him like Poch is trying to play like sometimes high press. What is Poch known for under Spurs? He was known to be a high press manager. Guess what? Your owner they got players that are meant for possession-based football. Enzo's not meant to be playing a high pressing system. He don't have the legs for that. Caicedo's a possession-based player. He played under De Zerbi, who everyone knows is one of the best possession style managers in football. Malo Gusto, possession. Center backs, body. Disasi, his best attribute is ball progression. It ain't defending. His weakness was defending the wide channels. So it's all about like Bowley has to blame because he bought these kind of players and then he went. That's why I understand why they sacked Graham Potter because of the results. But if you think about it, you hired Brighton guys, you hired the Brighton manager, and then you fired the Brighton manager, and then went and signed more Brighton level players. That's where my issue. Poch was never the right fit for this team. So okay, we can say the Chelsea squad maybe not compete for top 4. But we don't know that because if, let's say De Zerbi was in charge, I think they could compete for top 4 with a different manager because they will have a manager that fits this that has players that fits the system of play.
De Zerbi couldn't do it with the original Brighton last season. What makes you think
the squad is much better than Brighton's team, bro? I'm serious. This team is much. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, man.
Football
because
Thank you for not believing the English media gaslighting.
There's a reason why most of these players, we talk about these players aren't wanted. Disasi has been scouted by top clubs since he was 16 years old.
Yeah, whatever. And you probably think Gallagher's my best player.
Badiashile was scouted by top English clubs since he was 16 years old. Malo Gusto has been scouted by the top European clubs. Barcelona wanted him. United wanted him. Malo Gusto, he was wanted by the top European clubs.
Yes, he was.
Barcelona took players.
These are players wanted by top clubs. Caicedo, Liverpool, and Klopp are willing to spend 115 million on him.
Christensen's their best centre back.
You think that he's just not a good player all of a sudden? Enzo Fernandez was wanted by all of Europe. Hamza, your club wanted Enzo Fernandez. Don't sit here and say your club wanted Enzo Fernandez. And if you hadn't gotten Julian Alvarez that same year, you would have signed Enzo Fernandez. He was wanted by Real Madrid. He was wanted by United. He was wanted by Barcelona. Every single player wanted Enzo Fernandez before the World Cup and after the World Cup.
I didn't want him. No,
you didn't want him, but your club wanted him. You are not Manchester City. You are not Soriano. You are not Chiqui Bergestein.
Okay, I tell you.
You're not Pep Guardiola.
There's a reason why you guys sit in both together. You see? You think the same.
Hamza? Sorry, Sam.
It is dangerous. This is what happens, yeah? We didn't want Enzo. Enzo was offered to us, and we then refused to go for the deal. It's a fact. I knew that. Tribal football. What the hell? What are we doing?
You definitely wanted Enzo Fernandez. Stop.
No, we did. They offered Enzo for
you guys had interest. You just weren't going to go in for him, but January we went for him.
Let's not make this about City, because I'm just going to say this, Lewis. How many game changers do you actually have in your team? How many players do you have that can actually that can win you guys a game?
Palmer.
That's it.
Sterling on his day.
Okay. Chelsea, if you go through majority of the top 6, they have multiple players that can win you a match. Multiple players that could carry the team when they need be. This Chelsea team, I agree, needs coaching. And the coaches, I'm not going to sit here backing Poch. I'm not doing that.
I feel like you're comparing this Chelsea side to like the noughties Chelsea teams.
I'm
even if we look back at Chelsea from 5 years ago in Sarri's season, it was only really Hazard that was a game changer. And that was it.
No, but to be fair, even then you still had N'Golo Kante who could lock down midfield and control games.
Hazard and Kante. But that's it.
You still had
Willian stunk. I hate Willian revisionism. That brother was cheeks.
You still had Willian who'd single-handedly win you games.
Like, Willian was cheeks. When we had standards, I hated him.
Jorginho.
Whatever you want to say. Lewis,
on his day.
I just think,
and I'm saying as a Jorginho fan.
I just think the direction that your ownership has taken has honestly put you guys in a situation where you guys are striving for instant success, but they want to see long-term success and they want to build for the long term. They don't care about this season. I genuinely believe it's right off.
That's why they haven't sacked him, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
They definitely care about the season because they need Europe.
No. My opinion, they're looking at a 4 or 5 year project. That's what they're looking at.
I agree with you.
And the manager has nothing to do with the project. They're looking at the players that they've signed and the style and the age profiles of the players that they've signed. They're looking at these players being 2 or 3 years away from being close to
That's
their.
why
Close to
Poch
their
hasn't
prime.
been sacked yet. I think they're looking at 5 years from now. They're not looking at now.
Yeah.
They're giving players 18.
Yeah,
they were doing that
If they don't
last
make-
year with Potter, and then
We're-
what?
You're
If they don't
judging
make
them.
Europe, he's
You're
out of here.
judging Chelsea on a game-by-game basis. They're judging Chelsea based on a season. Like they're looking at this season as a developmental season. I don't think you guys are realizing that they're coming from the places of American baseball, all these other things where they have
MLB?
farm system
No.
and they're developing a young squad to try to compete in the future. They're not looking to be competitive right now.
Yeah,
That's what
Egal.
FSG done by the way as well.
Go
At the
for it.
Reds.
No,
Hey,
but
go.
the thing is though, they need
They
to.
did
the goal
want
this
us to
year
get
was
into Europe, though.
Yeah, the goal this year was to make Europe at least. If they don't make Europe, Poch is out of there. He's not surviving.
Yeah, but it's just they're deluding themselves into waiting until it's done to actually get rid of him.
The only
and
need
move
to
on.
be the
I
best
don't
player,
think-
Man City youth player, and they should have recruited players like Laporte. Yeah, if Copa was
Holy
doing well,
shit,
yeah.
no,
Laporte
I listened
was
to that
worth
yesterday,
20
by the way.
million.
That's a
Why?
bunch
No,
of
no,
waffle.
you shouldn't
What's
have.
the
Yes, they
Maguire
should
thing?
have.
What's
They
the
should have
Maguire
bought
thing?
Laporte.
What is
for the
Laporte
energy
gonna
back.
do to
What's
Chelsea?
the Maguire?
What is Laporte gonna do?
I
at
mean,
Chelsea?
we already have 2 left-footed centre
They have
backs.
left-footed
Like,
centre backs.
with 1 game a week, what's the point of a
Three
third?
experienced
When
players
you
would
win,
have.
Lewis, I think you're
Look, I'm gonna be so real. The experience isn't a problem when the structure's already fucked.
you got
Lewis,
wins. Laporte
you
has
and your
won.
And
ownership.
like, by the way, we also don't win anything
Mahrez
with
has
kids,
won
as we
titles.
found out yesterday.
Brozovic is a winner. Sam,
Hey,
Yeah,
out of
that's
five,
true. Van Dijk won us the game.
3 players. Laporte 20 million, Mahrez 20 million, Brozovic on a free. That's
Game's
fair.
won in 1 moment, isn't it?
Brozovic, I agree with.
Or
That's a good
120
shout.
minutes.
I agree with Brozovic.
Laporte
What the
is
hell is Riyad Mahrez
outstanding.
gonna do at
Walks
Chelsea?
into
Cole
the-
Palmer's better than him right now.
That is a
So
joke.
Lewis, you know what the biggest issue
Don't
right
ever
now I
talk to me
feel
about
like
this
is
after Liverpool.
the disconnect with you and your
No,
ownership.
Hamza was trying to make 80
Because
mil off Chelsea.
in
That's
the
why you say
past-
these names.
In the past,
No.
the ownerships actually listened to you guys. It benefited because the fans would uproar and the ownership would make change. They would do something to actually try to appease the fans, to make them close to the fans. And you guys had a connection with Roman Abramovich's regime. No matter what you want to say about how some of them made the decisions, you guys, whatever. I felt like whenever you
I
guys,
don't think they listened to the fans. I think they did what they thought was best. If they listened to the fans, Jose wouldn't have got sacked twice. Ancelotti wouldn't have got sacked. Di Matteo wouldn't have got sacked. They would have kept Lampard. So, like, I don't believe that. If anything, I believe this ownership actually does listen to what the fans are saying. That's why it took the fans chanting, "You don't know what you're doing" at Graham Potter for him to be sacked the next day.
But I don't like these flip flops. Like them Chelsea
okay, so
fans are
you
selling
said
on the
fair
field.
enough.
They were rating these transfers 9 and 10
So
out
you
of
still
10.
you still but you
Now,
have the belief in his ownership.
Wallah. Look. I've
Who,
got
who,
evidence.
who am I answering to?
Sorry,
Chelsea
go ahead.
fans were rating these transfers as 9.5 to 10 out of 10. I got receipts. These Chelsea fans were backing Pochettino. This is why I don't like flip flops.
We gave him a chance. Like, what do you want us to be against him from day one?
He was not good enough from beginning, which I agree.
Well,
But
here's the thing. I didn't know that until I watched Pochettino manage my club, and I was objective as possible with what I saw, and it just got worse and worse.
Who do you
I'm
want
sorry,
as a
I'm not Nostradamus.
Okay,
I'm
give
sorry,
me a
I can't tell you the future.
Give me a name that you want as a replacement.
I flick Lopetegui Mourinho right now to the end of the season.
Mourinho to the end of the season.
Over Poch, yes.
Mourinho is a great manager. He should be your manager now.
Okay,
He should
Lewis,
be
what's your
He'll
expectation?
come there and
If you
instill
get a new
your
manager in, you're
He's the only guy that will
you're
sort your
expecting
team out.
Europe minimum, right?
Okay. So go on, Egal.
If you get in a new manager, you're expecting at least European football minimum.
Yeah, I'd like us to try and win every game and push for that. Because as soon as you get a run of wins, you're back in the mix for Europe. It's not consistent. They drop points left, right, and center in that race. We just can't build a run to save our lives.
Okay, so if another manager comes in and they're unable to do that, will you then agree with us that your squad is not good enough?
I'll probably get to that conclusion, but I mean, we have to go through it first. Everything's contextualized. You have to go through it on a game-by-game basis. I can't just tell you that.
So you still trust you got stocks on Mudryk. You still got stocks on Mudryk.
So you better hope Poch doesn't get
Mudryk is right now the only one that's looking like a waste in my eyes.
So you-
He's
No,
the only one.
You're hoping
I'm gonna be. He needs a loan. He needs a loan, man. He just needs a whole season somewhere else.
so you're gonna be hoping that Poch doesn't get a run of wins because then it might keep him in the job.
Nope, I'm not that guy. I would rather Poch prove me wrong. I'd rather him turn around and show he's got more than 2 brain cells bouncing between his ears. But like, I don't see it right now. I think one of them's already died.
Fair enough.
Okay, listen, we have to get to Man United, guys. So let me read the super chat. And speaking of proving you wrong, there's 750 people in the chat, and we're only on 275 likes. Wow. Look who hasn't proven us wrong, you bunch of frauds. Slap the like button right now. We should be on 500 likes already. All this entertainment, all this back and forth, all this and you guys can't even hit the like button. You bunch of frauds. Slap the like button right now. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to quote Didier. Big up to David who says, Hamza, the kiss of death, 115 fraud. David is a Spurs fan who just can't stand Man City. I love it. I absolutely love it. Because usually Spurs fans, they be twerking for City and shit. So I'm happy. We actually have one who actually dislikes your club. Enzo was bad, but Rodley last week was a disgrace, says Kosovo baller. Rodrigo dunked on. You can hold that. Big up to you, Kosovo. Big up to Todor who says they got good stories for lunch break. I don't know what that was referring to. I think probably Hamza, to be fair.
They got good stories to talk about with their mates at school lunch.
Oh,
basically.
yeah. Fair.
To whip out the Carabao Cup medals and everything.
To be fair, 5 of these losses weren't with Pochettino. So, yeah, just say.
I never blamed him for all 6.
Say, you get me? Maybe it's a Chelsea curse at Wembley. We have to find out. Maybe there's a new curse. Big up to you, Buck. Big up to African Cat says, Hamza, we need to see your afro. Hamza cooking. We need to see your afro. I think Hamza has an afro. Hamza don't have no afro. That's a shame. Where afro? Bro, you are such a fraud, African Cat. But love for the super chat today. Bad said afro, you know. Bro, I love this community, honestly. Big up to Essie says, sorry, Hamza, I'm not Archie. It was a joke. Come on, guys, says Essie. Big up to you, my guy, Essie. I'm convinced Sterling went home as it's only up the road. Invisible guy. Only positive is rivals finally watched Gallagher and saw how bad he is, says Sean. The funny part is...
Go on.
Go on. Early on when Lewis was cooking Gallagher, there was... I saw like 3-4 comments. I didn't bring them up on the screen because I didn't want him to lose his mind. But 3-4 comments were like, it's only his finishing that was bad. He wasn't even that bad on the pitch.
Yeah, they're idiots. They're idiots. Like, he didn't spend the first 20 minutes kicking anything with a pulse. Like, his weight of passing stinks. His vision stinks. His finishing stinks. Man's through one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he slows the ball down. And then he don't even try to go around him. He's a fucking idiot. It's a Rottweiler. Maybe he's probably another one that does need better coaching, though. Maybe give him someone who could actually get him a bit more of a tactical understanding of the game. Maybe there'd be something in there, but right now he's just an athlete, nothing else.
Big up, Sean. Big up, Hussam. Salam alaikum, Habibi. Congratulations for winning the cup. Thank you. Inshallah, cook Lewis like a Jordanian kebab. Bless. You'll never walk alone. Big up to you, Lee. One of the OGs. Actually, I'm going to snap this to Troops right now because Troops, you see you, Troops, yeah? See this, Troops. See? Lee Burnell, your guy here. See? Look what he ends the super chat with. You'll never walk alone. Didn't I tell you don't let flawless get to your head, you fucking bozo? Hold that, Troops. Hold that. Thank you. Big up to you, Lee. Now we can dunk on Troops with this snap right here. Big up to Cool Guy says, Arsenal not winning anything this year. Big up to the chat, eh? Just kept it simple. You get me? Big up to you. Big up to ZDT who says, super chats optionals, likes mandatory. Come on, chat. That's what I'm saying. Big up all my super chatters. Thank you. Thank you, ZDT. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Freddy, Ozan, Hamza. Thank you to Amin. Thank you to David. Thank you to Todor, to Kosovo, to Buck, African Cat, SC, Sean, Lee, Cool Guy. Big up to all of you guys for your love. But we need to get the likes up, you guys. 700 people in here. We need to get to 400 likes ASAP. Minimum 400 likes. Slap the like button now. Subscribe because we have to get to Manchester United. Hamza, can you reduce your monologue timing by half, please? So we can get me. We can't stay that long. And actually, let's let Lewis start on Man United. What's this? What's this?
When I went to visit, when I went to see the Champions League in the new camp, I thought I'll get it one day.
There you are. There you are. Anyway, go on, Lewis. You start with Man United Fulham before we get to you know, Hamza and the cooking and all that good stuff.
United just looked like we did going forward for the most part. Yeah. Another club goes to Old Trafford and eats, except me. I go there and I don't have a plate. I don't have a knife, a fork, or anything. I just sit there, just malnourished, as per usual. It's just disgraceful. At least we have a faint chance of sixth, I guess. Big up to Fulham. Some pride in West London. Bruno's a disgrace. Rashford's a disgrace. Lindelof's a disgrace. Maguire's a disgrace. It's just I'm sick of being beneath this disgraceful club. It is what it is. But yeah, big up to Fulham. Big up to Fulham. You know, I can't have energy for these lot until we get above them in the table. But yeah, big up, and also great.
He's so happy. He's so happy right now. He's so happy.
I'm just waiting for
I'll
Hamza
just
to
go
speak
next
for an
because
hour.
me, I just want to give a 30-second monologue. That's it. I don't even want to talk for too long. I just want to say Bruno Fernandes has ruined football. He's actually the reason why we deadass cannot use stats anymore. GA used to mean something before Bruno. Chances created used to mean something before Bruno. Big chances created used to mean something before Bruno. If I say Mo Salah's the best player in the Premier League because he has this many GA, all someone has to say back is, look at Bruno. He has GA and he's fucking shit. I have never seen someone try so much different shit in the same game just to try and make something out of nothing. He just tries every fucking thing in the book. Just like, one of them could hit. And then when it doesn't hit, it stinks. I have to say, Ten Hag is the biggest fraud in this entire Premier League. Like, Ten Hag is a worse manager than any manager you want to bring up. I don't give a fuck who you say, because he spent 400 million on these players that he chose, who are all experienced, and this whole team looks like absolute garbage. And they have no style of play whatsoever. Fulham are crap. Bro, in my Ahwa pre the game, I said United are going to win 3-0. I actually said Fulham are fucking shit, like. And then they go and win 2-1. Alex Iwobi is my fucking Arsenal reject. Bro, I'll be honest with you, the table lies. The table 100% lies. Manchester United do not deserve to be in that place whatsoever. They should be the team in 10th. I'll be real with you. They should be the team in 11th. They should not be that high up the table anyway. They are so dreadful, man, to be honest with you. But, Man United have so many stinky players. I feel bad for Kobe Mainu as a youngster. I feel bad for Garnacho as a youngster. I feel bad for all these kids out there trying to do some shit while the big players just let them down game in, game out. Man United are fucking shit, man. And I was right with every single word I said about Ten Hag, every single word I said about Man United. And Jim Ratcliffe has a lot on his hands because he had fraud. Anyway, go on, Egal.
Free my club.
Okay, we got to talk about Manchester United's forward, Marcus Rashford. This guy's ghosting this season. He's ghosting. Like, did he get paid in the summer? What happened? Like, why was he so good last season? Was it a payday? Like, did he just show up for one season to try to get some money? And Grigs, did he get paid last season? Like, what happened? Did he get did he get a new contract?
Yeah,
he did, right? Coincidence. He stepped up his performance.
You smile, look at the camera, show some professionalism. Go on, Egal.
Just to get paid, and then now he does this.
You had the shit muted for 20 minutes, bro.
He's absolutely stinking it up this season. And Marcus Rashford should never be playing striker for Manchester United. I know Rasmus Højlund got injured, but try to put somebody else up there, because he's useless up top. At least on the wing, sometimes he'll give you a couple moments, or you can give him the ball and he might be a little bit threatening when he cuts inside and tries to shoot from the left. But in the striker position, he's absolutely useless. Manchester United were terrible and they didn't deserve anything from that game. They were second best the whole game. And you know what? The fact that they lost, it was deserved. It was a deserved loss. The way that they played, they're just Jekyll and Hyde every other week. You never know what performance you're going to get from Manchester United. One day they could. Okay. One day they could score.
Poor Ziad, man.
Oh,
it's the same complexion, so you can't complain. Go on, Egal.
That sucks. Anyways, Velvet's doing everyone dirty nowadays.
Hell is a bastard, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, I will find you one day.
I'm just gonna keep it short.
I will find you.
Do you guys notice any difference between this team and all these teams? Or is it me that all these teams, at least, even though they weren't as Oli was not as good as a manager as Ten Hag before he took over Manchester United. But one thing he was able to do, he was always able to get some sort of performances from these guys. and I just feel like they're in the same limbo.
I actually agree with you. I think the Oli teams were better. I agree with you.
Yeah,
Even with
I
Oli as
feel-
manager.
I feel like they're in the same situation as they were under Oli now, where you don't know what direction they're headed in. At least they have stuff going on behind the scenes to show some level of confidence that this team might be going somewhere. But they really are in the same situation. It's Oli tactics almost. It's Oli-esque. It's almost as if you killed the man, but not the idea, because Ten Hag has literally turned into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a span of 2 years.
That's not true.
What's not true?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna respond to you when it's my turn. When
No,
it's
no,
my
go.
turn to vote.
Oh, okay.
No. I know the rules here.
Let Hamza go first. You get me. And then
Yeah, let him speak for an hour.
Grigs,
Let's go.
we're gonna give him the floor. Hamza, can you give us the monologue in like half the time that you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
I
do
think
50.
I just think this club is pathetic. It's a disgrace. It's an embarrassment. I think, I look at the fans like, I saw one in hospital. I was waiting to pick up my hand. I saw him wearing Man United in any. And I said, looked at him and said, I said, I want to stop them. Are you not embarrassed? He goes, why? I said, why are you wearing why are you wearing your shirt? Yeah, all over. You just lost yesterday. You have no shame, your football club. And that's what you get. That's what you get being arrogant for those many years. And I love to see you because I don't think it's gonna get better. Grigs, I'm sorry. I don't know what time. What time was the game in America at that time when you
10 a.m.
played? Huh?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. on a weekend when you should be chilling, yeah? You wasted your another weekend waking up, watching that team play. Did you find it's disgusting? Like they're wasting your time every single time that you come in, waking up 10 o'clock in the morning. When people say weekend, I do a lie and I relax. Yeah, you don't need to be having that bad Saturday, starting like that because of your disgraceful football club. It's a joke. It's beyond a joke. This is Fulham. Man. Fulham is a bunch of nobodies. They got players like Bassi, Adebayo. He used to play for City. Reed, Lukic, your failure Pereira, Wilson, Muniz, Iwobi. Iwobi just came from AFCON. You can't even beat them. And then you come here, say the same thing. You and Lou say the same thing. He's a manager. It's a manager. He's a manager. Manager's a problem. No tactics. You copy the same thing that Louis say, but you change it. Yeah? Tactics. I didn't like the tactics from my manager. I didn't like the way that my manager played. I think this guy shouldn't play. You say the same thing. You don't accept your team is shit.
Lewis cutting strays for no reason.
You don't accept your team is crap. Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, errors you're gonna continue still failing. You came to that game thinking that you're gonna win. You're depending too much on McTominay and Maguire. That's your club. Whether you like it or not, you depend too much on Maguire. Maguire has proved you wrong. You criticize Maguire. You used to be the biggest critic of Maguire. I remember. Now who's the guy? Who's the one who's going up front? Who's the one that's trying to make chances? Who's the one that's trying to lead? Maguire. Who's the one that's trying to lead you? McTominay.
Hamza, there's no way you're doing Maguire.
No,
Wallahi, no way you're doing Maguire.
He doesn't breathe. He doesn't because he hurts him. It hurts Grigs to say Maguire is one of our best players. It hurts him so much. Maguire has been one of your best players. McTominay is winning you games so many times. Yeah, it's true. It's a factor, son. Yeah, when they were losing 1-0, Maguire got that.
Maguire scored the header as well. He scored the header, Maguire.
And then he went up front, tried to create another one. Maguire is your most important player in your now. Whether you like it or not, it's fact. It's a fact. Swallow that pride.
Back to laughing now.
The guys that used to cast, are becoming important for you. Without Maguire, you ain't scoring many goals. You ain't winning goals without McTominay. Take out McTominay and Maguire from Man United. What's Man United shit?
You want me to answer you honestly?
You would be below Lewis.
May I give you an honest answer? Wallahi, one sentence. Take out Maguire McTominay from Man United, Ten Hag is sacked. I swear.
100%.
Ten Hag is sacked. 100%.
Bro, 100%. You cast Maguire so much, and now you're humbled. You can't cast him anymore. You can't cast Maguire. You will never cast McTominay. I've been seeing you. You don't mention them because we will come for you. They've humbled you as a football club. Guess what? Where was Rashford? Where was Garnacho? Viva Garnacho running down the wing. That guy is a bro. What happened to that boy? Viva Garnacho. Yeah, because he scored an overhead kick like Macheda. How Macheda scored that winner. You think that he was gonna be elite. This guy can't even do against Barca or Fulham. Bruno Fernandes is your captain. You're gonna come out for Bruno Fernandes. But I just feel that Bruno Fernandes playing for a shit team.
You better violate Bruno in your speech, Grigsy. For you, that guy deserves a violation today.
I'm just waiting, bro.
No, listen. I believe, Bruno is a victim of that football club. I swear, wallahi. I really believe he's a victim of that sick football club. Wallahi. Because their fan base are sick. They don't want to believe the team is shit. Oh, we got Omar Barada and the problem is going to be solved. Yo, Omar Barada was bloody 6th on my list down below. You gave him a top job because you're pathetic. You're begging. You're begging for anything that falls from him. Breadcrumbs. If I throw breadcrumbs on the floor, you'll all be chasing for it. That's how united you are. You're looking Man City. Man City is your role model. Man City is your role model now. You cry to be us. You cry to be us. You cry. You cry. Whether you like it or not. And you know what I love? I love Ineos. Radcliffe. I love that British media hype. Give him the interview. I love it. BBC Sport puts it. Hey, I'm like, Alhamdulillah, no Qatari didn't come. Hey, let that floor take over. I don't give a shit. You think, who's the guy that you brought? Who's the guy that you brought? What's his name? Who's that guy? Who are the guys? The CEO you brought from Brighton and some random team that you think that was
What's his
scared.
name? Sam something?
Who's the guy from Newcastle?
Dan Ashworth.
Dan Ashworth.
He's from Newcastle. Get out of here. You think you got a guy from Madrid and I'm gonna be scared? Yo, you got a guy from Newcastle, man. I don't give Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth's gonna get us trophies and Omar Barada. How many managers have you tried? Mourinho told you the truth. Mourinho told you the truth. You have no football heritage. Mourinho told you the truth. And you can't come for Mourinho. Because Mourinho's football heritage. He told your football club, you have no heritage. And he shushed you down. It hurts you to accept that. You've gone through managers and he's going to go. Ten Hag's about to stay. Because these owners don't care. They're here to make money. You keep buying that football shirts. Keep buying it. I know, Grigs. Keep waking up at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. You're wasting your time. Hey, I love it. Keep waking up. The eye bags are going to get bigger. You're going to go to your doctors. Sleep. I can't sleep. Listen, this club is done. Finito. You thought you were going to be back to top 4. You're a bottom. You're the worst club in history in the Champions League. You finished bottom of the group. I don't want to see you in the Champions League because you're a disgrace of a football club. Yeah. And for the Premier League, listen, on Sunday, I'm not going to say anything because when I start talking bad, then something happens. So I'm going to keep, so I can't, because the last time I did that, I was humbled. We'll talk about after Sunday game. But at the end of the day,
you did that for Chelsea last time. It ended 1-1, remember?
Yeah, I'm not doing, that's why I'm not going to do it anymore. But at the end of the day,
Ahwa at 9 on Sunday. We'll see whether Vel clips you or he clips stuff.
I'm an underdog. I'm an underdog again. I'll play that.
There you are.
Underdog.
You just want the club finished for the last 10 minutes and now you're an underdog.
You are a disgrace.
Are you done?
You not to be defeated at this point. Like you're just
Are you done?
much.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually rate the shamelessness. Fair play.
All right, so let's start
Let's
start dissecting all the points. So you want to call yourself the underdog? You're the big Manchester City. You said you're my role model now, right? So is a role model to be an underdog my whole life now? No. You say you're the underdog, right? So it's my role model.
Right there. How can you say you're the role model yet you're the underdog?
So my aspirations in life be the underdog, to never be the favorite, to not be the big club. Listen here, bro. You talk about that I'm depressed in the 9 a.m. I'm just you 10 years ago.
You're gonna beat me on Sunday.
That was you 15 years ago, waking up at mid for the 12:30 kickoffs. Instead, it wasn't in the Premier League, it was in the Championship in League One. So at least I never had to face that. Second of all, Omar Barada. Guess what? I did my research on Omar Barada because I had to do my articles about him. He was next in line to become your CEO, by the way. So he wasn't this
No, he
little
wasn't.
six
He
executive.
wasn't. He wasn't.
He wasn't
on
this
the
little
line.
six executive.
He
He was
wasn't
next
six
in
on the
line to.
He
He
wasn't.
was next in line to be the CEO.
No,
I
he
did my
wasn't.
research.
Who told you that?
I did my
Tell me
research.
the research. Who's the CEO?
Sam Lee
Who's
from the Athletic. He said that he was
was
one of the
not gonna
main
be
targets to be next in line
CEO,
for the
my guy.
CEO.
He was below a guy called Rune de Vere. Go and Google him.
I never
He was
I
behind
never
a
said
guy
that
called Rune.
I never said that he was the CEO right now. He was one of the main candidates to
He
be
wasn't.
next in line for the CEO.
He was
One of the main targets to be next in line. So guess what happened? We went into your house. We took one of your guys who wasn't just a Man City. He was one of the top executives for the whole City football group.
He
For
was
Troyes, for Girona, for New York City FC.
Executive. Was he executive?
Yes, he was. He was the chief of football operations for all the City football group.
Operation.
I did my
It was an
research. Don't worry
operation.
about it.
He was just working about switching lights.
No.
That's
Don't
not a
do
Terence
the gaslighting
Soriano's
because
the
I'm
guy.
not some random dude that don't do my research.
No.
I know my
you're
facts. You
deluded.
can't gaslight me. You can't use these little professor facts that you try to gaslight people about.
Do you know how you
ain't
got
working
to
with me.
Barcelona, Hassan? Do you know how you got to Barcelona?
But anyway, I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking. I listened to
He
you
did
for
a
20
work
minutes. Don't worry
experience.
about
This
it.
is the true
I
story.
listened to you.
He did a
I
work
listened to you
experience
for
because he
20
dropped
minutes. It's
out
my
of
turn to
college.
talk.
He did a work experience at Barcelona. They then gave him a little job. That's how he started as a job. And then City took him over. And then you're telling me a guy that as if he's a CEO, bro. Man, get out of here. We gave the guy a chance. We gave the guy a chance.
That's why he was working for 10 years, right? You just have a chance. You work at a place for 10 years. All of a sudden, it's just a chance. He was one of your main executives. Hold that. You lost him.
You're begging to be us so much. You're begging to be
I'm
us
not
so
begging
much.
to be anyone.
You do.
You know what I'm
You're
begging to be? I'm begging to
like
be the club that was the biggest in England. I've been where you're at. So I don't
The
need to
biggest
aspire
club
to
in
be
England
you
is
because
Liverpool.
I've been you.
The
Guess what?
biggest
I've
club
been
in
you and I
Liverpool.
was better. You
Biggest
know why?
club
You know
in
what?
Liverpool is Liverpool. 6 Champions
Yo,
League.
I thought the rules of
You're
A-listers was when I
not
listen to
bullshit
everyone
about
talk,
yourself.
I'm allowed to talk. I thought those were the rules.
Yeah, we have to let Grigsy land. Go on, Grigsy.
So yeah, I've been you and I've been better than you. Because guess what? My shit wasn't fake. I earned all my trophies. Every single one of them. Every single all 59 trophies.
Yeah, me too.
I earned them. Yours have an asterisk until you're proven innocent. So guess what? Don't do all this little all this talk on Big Man City. Because guess what? Every single match day you come and say, I'm the underdog. To Bournemouth, to Crystal Palace, down to Manchester United. This is the worst Manchester United team I've ever seen in my life. So you want to be the underdog to your big brother. Have at it, man. Go be the underdog to your big brother. Because guess what? I'm always big brother. And sometimes little brother takes over for big brother because big brother's struggling. But eventually big brother always rises to the top. And Sir Jim, football is cyclical. I'm going through my bad cycle. Hassan went through his bad cycle too. It always happens. But guess what?
I went through it.
Eventually that cycle.
Bad cycle. I'm not going back again.
Eventually that cycle.
I went
Eventually that
Division
bad
2.
cycle ends.
Bad cycle's done.
Eventually that bad
Hamza,
cycle
let him
ends.
speak, man.
Eventually that bad cycle ends. And when that
I
bad
say
cycle
he
ends,
went through Division 2.
do not run. Because I will claim. Well, I should
Yeah.
mention this is already
Yeah.
red. But I will make sure that I claim back my throne at the top of English football. Because I've been where you're at. And don't worry, I'm going through my bad stages. But now let's talk about the game. Because enough about small man city. Because it's always little city, as Andy Tate once said. Always little city. That's all you will ever be to me. But about the game, Hassan, I will cook Bruno Fernandes. Because there's one thing about Bruno Fernandes, right? You know how we always say people have love-hate relationships with certain things. God, you heard me say this yesterday on your channel. Bruno Fernandes doesn't have a love-hate relationship with the football. He has a hate relationship with the football. We've had this discussion on Twitter for the last couple of weeks about pure footballers, right? Bruno Fernandes is the antithesis of a pure footballer. All he wants to do is just spam the ball. There was a moment where Bruno literally got the pass by Garnacho and he kicked it in the air like for 5 seconds, like it was an NFL punt. Rashford hadn't even made his run yet. And then he's just yelling at Garnacho instead of just taking the responsibility. He's the worst Man United captain I've ever seen. The one credit I'll give to Harry Maguire was that Harry Maguire was actually a better captain than Bruno Fernandes.
Yes,
as for Harry Maguire carrying my club, as for Harry Maguire being my best player, you know what? My best player was actually missing yesterday. He was injured on Saturday. He was injured. Rasmus Højlund. You talk about Harry Maguire saving me. Guess what? Harry Maguire was there on Saturday. He didn't save me because he lost. Meanwhile, Rasmus Højlund has scored 7 goals in 6 games. You took him out the equation, and we look lost in the attack again. But the only difference between Man United in the past 7 games and from November and December was the attack was finally clicking. Rashford looked a little bit better. Garnacho was developing a little bit more, and Rasmus Højlund was finally putting the goal into the net as he wasn't in the beginning of the season.
Wins, man. You did.
No, fluky wins. Guess what? At the end of the day, football is 3 points. Whether you get the 3 points or you don't. You should know that because guess what? You're in a title race.
You had a
to
fluky
lose your
win
whole life.
against Bournemouth. How
But
dare
I'm
you?
champion. I'm allowed. This is how champions play. But this fluke guy, he's fluking wins. We know he's a fraud. And now when
You
he's
think
not fluking a win, he's
but
saying
what
it's fraud.
was I
You
here
know what
saying?
I
Was
do?
I out
Tell
here
me,
saying that
Rasmus
we were
Højlund.
dominant? Was I out here
Oh
saying
my
we were
Lord.
dominating those games? No, I wasn't. I was saying we got the job done at the end of the day because I've always said this about Man United. Man United are the kings of stealing points when they don't deserve them. We always steal points when we don't deserve them. I said that for a time now, and we've done that over the past 7 months. And football's a humbler. But eventually they'll get the get back, and we happened to get our get back on Saturday. Fulham got us. They won against us. Congratulations to them. They were the better side. Why? Because first of all, they have a better coach, Marco Silva and Erik ten Hag, and their players stepped up. Their players had to sit. They had a plan in place, and they executed it. Man United's players, I'll blame the players because for me, Erik ten Hag, obviously I'll get to him, but the players looked like they were sleeping on Saturday for the first 45 minutes. They got a whole smoke for that. Marcus Rashford, he's not a striker. He should take blame because, bro, at the end of the day, your coach asks you to do a job at a certain position. You have to execute at that position. There's no, I don't want to play striker. Guess what, bro? I've always said this about Marcus Rashford. You're the leader of that attack. You're the main guy in that attack. You're the veteran. You have a bunch of kids next to you. Garnacho's a kid. Højlund's still a kid. Omari Forson, who started, is a kid. These guys look up to you. You're the example. You're the ones whose picture is in Carrington, the academy kid that made it. Manchester, born and bred. You made it at the football club. I need you to step up, especially when Højlund's out. You're the one that I need to step up. Bruno Fernandes, you're my captain. I haven't seen you put one good performance since Forest at home in August. August. That was the last time I saw Bruno perform good. So Hamza, you want to talk about Bruno's a victim? How about you take him then? So have at him then, bro. I'll give him to you for free. You can have him. Go ahead, have him. You can go be KDB. You can go ride KDB's coattails. I don't care. And now Erik ten Hag.
You destroyed so many players.
Erik ten Hag. I don't care, bro. Guess what? I don't care.
This is why you'll never be. You'll never be. You don't accept the problem. And Pogba was destroyed.
I literally just criticized half my players. Anyway, I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. I am not done yet.
Let Grigs land. Let Grigs land.
I am not done yet. Anyway, Erik ten Hag. This guy is one of the worst coaches I have ever seen. God, you wanted to compare him to Ole. This is worse than Ole because at least Ole knew his limitations. He's like, I can't really coach this possession style of football. So I'm going to mostly set up in a mid block and then I'll do counterattack because I have the players that can help me execute my plan. And Marcus Rashford at his peak, Anthony Martial when he wasn't cooked, Mason Greenwood, who's a good finisher, Paul Pogba, who's a freak of nature in the position, right? Bruno Fernandes before he was 4 years ago, before he was ruined, as Hamza says. So he had those players and he utilized the best of his abilities. Eventually, the limitations got caught. He made a couple bad transfers and he got sacked. Erik ten Hag, bro, I don't know what you're trying to do because I'm seeing a disjointed press, which is not even tactically correct. The center backs are defending at the edge of the box. The midfielders are pressing the strikers. The forward line is not pressing. So you basically have an open gap in midfield where I saw Andreas Pereira, my reject, outperform my captain. I saw Harrison lead and Lukic look like Kroos and Modric on that pitch. I saw Alex Iwobi look like actually a 40 mil player that Everton signed from Arsenal. He finally looked like he was worth 40 mil, right? I saw Adama Traoré get his first GA since like 2022. That's how good they look good, bro. Props to them. But it was more about United being that bad.
Wait, when did Traoré get a GA? Which goal?
The second goal was his assist to Iwobi.
Oh, he actually passed it to Iwobi.
Yeah. Oh. He ran through the whole pit. And you want to gas up Harry Maguire. Guess what Harry Maguire didn't do?
He scored twice.
That's what Harry Maguire, my savior, didn't do. He didn't take out Adama Traoré when he could have gotten the foul.
But you don't need to do that. He was in a yellow.
You do need to do that because it's 1-1. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You take the red card. The red card. Sergio Ramos would have laid his life on the line for the 3 points.
You see that?
Sergio Ramos, who's
you scapegoat players. This is the problem.
I didn't scapegoat players. Because I mentioned every single freaking player on the
squad.
No,
he cooked all his players. You cannot say he's scapegoating.
I cooked all my players.
The players, the main guys.
You can't use that shit with me.
He has he's scapegoating Maguire. Maguire was on a yellow card. The guys make it. If he cuts him, he gets a red card. He's suspended.
So who do you want him to criticize then? If you're saying he's scapegoating,
Maguire didn't do anything. Maguire was one of the best players.
No, he wasn't because he was rash and he picked up a yellow on a needless foul. So
no, Grigs, let's get to the bottom of the shit. So Hamza, who should he criticize then? He just
go ahead, name the player. I'll have a response.
Name the player. Who?
I think the players that were on criticism is players like what's the name? I think Garnacho I didn't like Garnacho yesterday. He's right about Casemiro.
I'm in the whole. Okay, so Garnacho had a bad game. I give that.
Casemiro.
I'll get to Casemiro. Casemiro was trying backheels when he was getting marked by 2 men. There's a reason why I want him phased out my football club.
Kobe Mino.
Today came out that surgery. I'm not blaming Manu for nothing. I'm
Why?
not blaming Mainu.
Why can Mainu not get blamed?
Why? I'll explain to you why. Because Erik ten Hag is a midfield three of Bruno, Casemiro, and Mainu, and he's making Mainu be the midfielder with the least touches when he's the best on the ball out of the three of them.
AFC.
He's the one that's getting the ghosted. Bruno Fernandes is averaging 70 touches when we all know we all watch football. We should all know that Bruno Fernandes should be having the least amount of touches out of all of them because he is not that good. He doesn't progress the ball well, and he doesn't really progress passing the ball well. Kobe Mainu is a better dribbler out of him. He's a better short-range passer out of him. Bruno Fernandes, all he knows how to do is just pass the ball long. That's about it. So Kobe Mainu, okay, he had a bad game. But he was also the best player on the pitch last week against Luton. So he's an 18-year-old kid. These performances happen. Was I seeing you blame Foden when he was 18 years old and he was having bad performances?
I blame
no, because you coddled him.
Well.
Because you coddled him and
but
you waited until he was 24 to finally gas him up.
Because
Kobe Mainu's been inserted into a dysfunctional team and he's had to prove and he's been the best player on a dysfunctional team. Guess what? You know what? Because you want to disrespect Kobe Mainu because your club is the one that's wanting him, by the way. Your club is the one that's wanting Kobe Mainu. That's a fact.
That we want every player that you like. Is it?
No. There's a fact, by the way, because I know people within the academy industry that said that City have been lurking for Kobe Mainu for 3+ years now, but it's never happening.
I don't know whether that's true, but I know English media play this.
I have my sources. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So
but Erik ten Hag needs to go. He's a terrible coach. I also think the players are terrible, and a lot of them need to go. But two things can be right because you guys try to do this to Lewis too. The players can be bad, and the coach can be bad. Two things can be right at once.
Don't do that. Grigsy, don't do that.
Two things can be right on once.
No.
Two
things can be true for your club, not his. Because your club...
His manager is shit too, bro.
No. 1 second. Grigsy, 1 second. The reason why your club is different is, number one, Ten Hag chose all these players. Number two, your average age of your squad is not 13 like his. So it's a completely different context. Don't try that.
Pochettino knew what he was walking into. Let's not act like he was blind.
Also, United did not spend 1 billion in the space of 6 months signing 25 new players. If my club
we did not spend $1 billion in 6 months. What?
The moment that happens. The moment
we did not spend $1 billion in 6 months.
And then you want to criticize my.
Don't be surprised.
Your point, obviously, Lewis.
I know everyone exaggerates with $1 billion because it's fake.
And Hamza,
it's not $1 billion. It's 968 million. Happy now?
Actually, it's 860.
Okay.
Hamza, I have one last question for you.
Thank you.
I have one last question for Hamza, by the way. I have one last question for Hamza, by the way. Hamza, you criticize Lewis, right? You criticize Chelsea for going after Brighton.
Chelsea would be so much better with your players, by the way.
Bro, Poch was shit. There's a reason why he finished second place to Ten Hag. There's a reason why he finished second place to Ten Hag.
Much better.
I would never want a manager. First of all, that's his
take Poch, bro.
Lewis is laughing. Ten Hag would have
ego is bro. He said trophies are for ego, and he.
Nope.
Lewis, who
you know what?
I would take Ten Hag over Poch. I watch what happened when they both faced each other in a game of football.
Griggs, would you take Pochettino for Ten Hag? Griggs, would you take Pochettino for Ten Hag?
No.
Oh, so you believe Ten Hag's better than Pochettino?
You believe Ten Hag's better than Poch?
Yeah, he is better than Poch.
Wow.
He's better than
United
Poch.
fan. Remember those times that Man United fans wanted Pochettino? Remember?
But I don't want. But don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted. I don't want Erik ten Hag.
I don't know what you're doing. He could literally be the worst manager of this whole league.
Guess what? Erik ten Hag.
He could be, but Poch exists.
Bro, he's 6 points ahead of Poch he's the worst coach. Why
I thought that until we played United.
McTominay and Maguire are saving them. Let's not do this.
No, bro. McTominay is not saving jack shit.
And I think Palmer is just about saving
so you don't
him.
think McTominay is saving Ten Hag's job? Have some shame. You know
no,
that's
no one's saving Ten Hag's job because guess what? Tick tock. His job is done at the end of the season, no matter what he does. We're looking at him.
Sam, Grigs on Twitter about Pochettino.
That's Newcastle.
That's from 2022. That's from 2022.
Exposed.
No. Wait a second. Does that say Man United?
That's from 2022. You disgrace.
Wait a second. Does that say Man United? Does that say Man United? It says Newcastle.
Celebration. What the hell?
Does that say Man United? It says Newcastle. I never said I never had Poch as my manager.
Brother, you said it 2 years ago. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Waffling. All he does is chirp like a canary. But at the end of the day, all he's gonna say is, "I'm the underdog." So go be the underdog. Go be the underdog.
Man brought up a tweet from back when we were champions of Europe.
Greg, I asked Lewis a simple question. I'm gonna reply with a simple question to you. Where do you go from here this season with Manchester United if you keep the manager?
Hell,
Where do I go? Wait, what do you mean? Next year?
Where
Ten
do you
Hag
think
stays,
you
or-
guys finish this season if Ten Hag stays in charge for the rest of the season?
I mean, Ten Hag. Listen, I never thought Ten Hag was leaving. I already know what's gonna happen in the year. He's gonna lose his job, and we're gonna go bring in the next guy that Ineos
But
wants.
do you think you're gonna get top four though?
No, top four is gone. It is clipped. We definitely needed to be Fulham, and because I already knew the City game is gonna be a loss, right? So I had to kind of factor that in. I'm like, Fulham was a must 3 points. Hoyland's out for a couple games.
What do you mean already know the
Oh,
City
so
game's gonna
top
be a
four
lot?
is gone. A couple weeks ago, you were telling me it was
Brother,
on.
Brentford and Bournemouth gave them games. Have some shame, honestly.
No, but you guys
My
see.
team couldn't give a game to Fulham.
No. But Lewis,
What they were gonna do against Man City? Like,
Grigs,
Egal, you know
Grigs.
why I said that? You know why I said that? No,
Grigs.
I have to factor
No,
this,
I
bro.
just let
Hoyland's
me
missing
just
another one.
remind you quickly. 2 weeks ago, we were talking on this show, and you're saying you have a margin for error. Now you're telling me you lost the
Mm.
Yeah, because I didn't think we were gonna lose to Fulham.
Griggs has experienced
I
receipts for the first time.
I looked at the game where what games we're gonna win. I didn't expect to lose to Fulham. I expected to lose to City. Obviously, the change thing. I didn't expect Hoyland to get injured right away. That changes a lot of things too. Ain't no bigger picture. The bigger picture is in black and white and 180p from 1920s. There ain't no bigger picture. He's gone at the end of the year. I already know that. Now it's just about just whatever happens. I expect to finish top 6. I expect to finish in Europe, and then we go from there. I'm not really. I wanted Champions League football. Could it theoretically still happen? Absolutely, right? Anything could happen in football, but right now I don't think it's realistic. So whatever just happens,
We'll have to play Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. Unlikely.
Of which all three are derbies. So let's not act like they're guaranteed to drop points.
I don't think I do think we get points off one of you two at Old Trafford. I don't think we lose both games at Old Trafford. I don't know which one it'll be.
You're gonna get to draw at the Etihad. Mark my words. I told Lewis, and now I tell you.
No, we're not winning at 10. Bro, guess what? You see City are struggling for goals right now.
Manchester City look like fucking shit. This guy doesn't get it. Man City are not the team that they are. Bournemouth. Okay, did you watch City?
We always fail you. We always fail you.
Did you watch City?
We not always fail you.
Yep.
Did you watch City? Bournemouth?
Sadly.
Guess what's gonna happen, Hassam? I'll lay out the script for you right now.
No, please. Did you watch City?
They weren't that good. They weren't that good. Guess what?
Have Bournemouth even won the game? Never mind, equalized.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Bournemouth.
There you are. Now you lie. Kluivert.
But guys, can I give the script to you? I'll give you the script to you.
Solanke, all these chances. Remember off the back of my head.
I'll give you the script right now. Manchester City have been struggling for goals. Erling Haaland hasn't hit the back of the net that often lately. Guess what's going to happen? Pep's going to drop this Alvarez midfield experiment. He's going to go back to Rodri, Bernardo, KDB. Haaland's going to score a hat-trick on me next week. And then all is right in the world again. Because Pep always does this against Manchester United. He's a try-hard against us. He always makes sure that he has to get the last laugh. Because obviously, I still think he's jealous because Julia Roberts is yada, yada, yada. But it's what's going to happen. We're not going to beat Man City. Hassan, you did this 2 years ago when you were in a title race with them. You said United could get something. Ragnick pulled up with Pogba and Bruno in the front two when we held the 4-1. We don't got nothing for them. It's as simple as that. We're not on the level right now. Who's the underdog? You're the underdog. Hamza, I dare you to lose to me this weekend, by the way. Do not run.
Oh my lord. Hamza, you know,
Hamza, if you draw, fuck all the A-listers rules. If you draw, no, don't. You have to come on camera. You cannot be a fraud.
Camera on. No, Twitter Spaces can't hide you now.
Draw to Manchester United,
don't drop points.
Draw to Manchester United at Etihad. Griggs is gonna be top row and he's gonna dunk on your head top regardless. I don't fuck the rules. A draw is a win for Griggs next week.
Hussam,
all the rules.
You play Liverpool. You play Manchester United also. All three of us. You see us at all three of us at the top row. I don't care if it's at Old Trafford or if it's at your own ground.
You drew to them in Anfield.
If any of us three lose to either Chelsea or Manchester United or drop points to them from now to the end of the season, we'll see. Because I play Chelsea.
I'm not gonna lie, Egal, right now. I'm hoping I'm losing. I hope I lose to you at Old Trafford. It means those who don't get the title. It means those who don't get the title. I'll take the loss.
I just need the Arsenal game moved if we can beat Leeds.
Oh,
please.
I can't wait. If we play you guys in a couple weeks' time and you guys lose in the FA Cup, beautiful.
If we need that game moved to May. I need it moved.
I'm gonna try to go to that game.
I'm going to try not to go to that game. I'm gonna be so real. That's the most swervable game I've seen in my life.
Fair. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Let me just read the super chat before we wrap up. Hamza, just stay on camera for the next 2 minutes because we're ending. Manchester United and LFC will be, I have no idea what that is compared to London. PS, get 2 bald Hamza heads and stick them together.
Raw.
Fuck's sake.
Mud.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucking fun. Mavic, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? Fucking bozo.
Man, what the hell are we doing?
Oh my god. I can't even read that out, Mavic. But like, thank you for the super chat and that. Listen, we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're literally 10 likes away from 400, which was our initial like target. Let's get there. Let's get there. We're 10 likes away. Slap the like button. Let's get there before the stream ends.
Don't be a Gallagher. Don't be a
Exactly.
Gallagher.
Don't be a Gallagher. Be a Van Dyke. Big up to Mavic. Big up to ZT. Big up to Cool Guy. Big up to Lee. Big up to Sean. Big up to Essie. Big up to Kat. Big up to Buck. Big up to Kosovo. Big up to Todor. David. Big up to my guy Ren. I think that is Ozan, Freddy, and Eric for the super chats. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Go subscribe to Hamza Talks Ball. The link is in the description. Go
We're
subscribe to Egal.
underdogs against Luton tomorrow. No, you can't talk because you drew to Luton away. You don't
Big
talk.
club, by the way. This
Don't
is meant.
talk about
This is
Luton.
meant to be the. This is meant to be the
Guys,
standard
it's
club in
I'm
the
not
Premier
gonna
League.
lie, don't let him.
Luton,
Don't
you
let-
cannot be saved, honestly, at this point. Such a fraud.
Listen,
Anyway.
tomorrow, no. Wallah, it's a hard game. Wallah, it's a hard game. Wallah. Luton always tough. Wallah.
Don't say wallahi.
Wallah, it's
Don't
tough.
say-
Luton play like hoofball, man. I hate
Hamza, can we
hoofball.
do the outro so we can get out of here? Guys, we're going to be redirecting to Staffy
hungry.
TV. Make sure you guys go spam in his chat, Pochin, so we can trigger Marshall. This is nothing to do
Also
with you.
comment. Comment. Give up top red because he has to give it up.
Yeah,
with the
give up
top
top
gimmick.
red. Fuck his gimmick,
Yeah,
innit?
give it up.
Make sure you
bro.
guys are liking, subscribing. Go subscribe to Egal Talks Football. Go subscribe to Grigs Talks. All links are in the description. Lewis, there's a message from Mo before we get out of here. This is from me to you instead of from Mo to Saad.
Let's say we get through in the home leg and we proceed into the next round. What is going to happen when we actually come up against one of the big boys? What is actually going to happen when we come up against one of the big boys and have to go away to an Inter, to an Atleti,
Who's your
to
daddy?
a Real Madrid?
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Bro, relax, bro. That's
Who's
crazy.
your daddy?
That's crazy. The only
Oh, we are definitely own Chelsea at Wembley, man. Big up, big up to
Oh, that was the reference. Oh, I was confused.
yes.
Oh.
When Hamza went on his monologue, he was like Liverpool at Chelsea's daddy. Big up to
You know what? I got 2 Christensen man of the matches at Anfield. I can still live off that for a few years.
No problem. We
Up
have
Chelsea.
3 back-to-back losses for you at Wembley against Liverpool and Liverpool and Liverpool.
And you know
Make sure you
what?
guys
When I
go
go buy my Zoot later, I won't remember a thing.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to Kerpin Lewis G. You see me in the chat as well all the time. Big up my guy Lewis, big up Egal, big up Grigs, big up Hamza. All channels are in the description. Like this video, subscribe, shout out to all the super chatters. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. it's going to be myself, LB, and Dan Potts, inshallah, talking about the title race. And then we're doing a City Luton watch along. So plenty of content coming your way to wrap up this February. Slap the like button, everyone. Subscribe and go spam Pochin and give up your Ten Hag thing to Staffy on the Staffy stream so we can piss off Marshall. Just so we can piss
Advocating
off
for
Marshall.
terrorism, you disgrace.
So we can piss off Marshall, spam Pochin. Please, everyone spam Pochin. I'll be in his chat spamming Pochin. Yalla, love you all. See you guys later.
Watch out.
Come and see.